All right, let's party. Wow. Camera? Camera, please. Camera, please. Hold on. Camera's been... Fuck. Hold on. Chotomate. Properties. Hey, there we go. We good. We good. Are the beats? Oh, fuck. I know what's going on. Hold on. Did a bit of what they call in the business a goof. Thank you for the heads up on that, everyone. How's it going? Welcome, 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 welcome. It is a nice Sunday. I am snowed the fuck in. Oh my god, it is. I'm glad. I'm glad that we have not lost power. I live in an area where any amount of snow causes people to go berserk, so will not be traveling for the next 2 days. I will be quarantined to my own house. That's fine, you know. I got groceries and everything beforehand. No, the guild still makes me work. The problem is, like, once places find out that you can work remotely, you will never have a snow day, even if everybody else has a snow day. It's the inherent tragedy of, like, working remote was some of the best, like, work stuff I've ever had. And then one day when it was, like, no longer, like, mandatory, they're like, okay, we're taking it away now. And it's like, man. But let's say hi to everyone. How you doing, Lotta, on the YouTube side and on the Twitch side? Let me say hello to everyone before I get started. The problem, that's, in theory, yes. Nobody, but more likely no, to be honest. How you doing, Jay? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Linguini? How you doing, Nobody? How you doing, Ars? How you doing, Gideon Wells? How you doing, Lunar Wind? And enjoy your lurk. How you doing, Black Roses? How you doing, Matthew? Supremely nice. And how you doing, Charlie? Oh yeah, no, that was my I had a little bit of goofing. I think we're caught up now. Yippee! Let's go. So, like, I do live in an area where it's like sometimes snow will just destroy the nearby transformer. And on one hand, it's like the part of my brain that's like don't want to wage slave kind of likes that, but then the other option is I have no power and I have to stay huddled under a blanket or else I freeze, and that's not great either, honestly. How you doing, Nintendo? How you doing? Yeah, you live. Yeah. See, I live somewhere that doesn't know how to deal with snow. Like legitimately, this has caused, like, I was able to do grocery shopping relatively fine, but like a lot of places were just demolished. There's like no bottled water, no like basic non-perishable foods. I actually, like, so I forgot that I had like a really cool Asian mart really close to me, so I ended up going there and got a bunch of cool stuff. I made a mistake though. Yesterday, I made a mistake. So they had Laoganma at the Asian mart, and I was like, ooh, I like Laoganma. It's like a chili crisp in oil. It's like 1,000,000 calories, but it's delicious. And I saw that there was another one that was like garlic chili oil, and I was like, ooh, that's cool. And I grabbed that. Different, not the same brand, but the same like form factor. So I made white boy mistake, and I used the same amount that I usually do for Laoganma, and it burned. It was a significantly hot, like, I've eaten hot peppers. For some reason, whatever they did to this just made it lava. And that was not great. It was not a fun weekend. I was in immense pain all Saturday. Well, but I've been getting some shit done. I actually did like a lot of hobbying, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I don't really have much to show yet. Actually, I do have one lad that I can show, but the other ones are going to be the usual video rotators and whatnot, which will be coming soon. Yeah. But yeah, no, I started on the haul mini. It came from like that big haul of stuff I got. And I did get the first one. Painted. Entirely, one of the few models I painted entirely off stream, and you guys are like, wow, what did you paint off stream? Let me resize them. Actually, this is short, this is small enough. I could probably do it manual style. So this is him. What is him? I don't know. So like in between all of the like really cool minis in that haul, there was just some like weird half-abandoned turnip-esque sculpts. So I painted him. Like, could I use him as a minion turnip? Yeah, realistically, I think he's better as an objective marker. Yeah, so the funny thing is, like, I don't, like, I grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but not in, like, a serious way, if that makes any sense, where it's like, I watched a cartoon, but, like, I was never, like, a crazy super fan. So, like, I've only weirdly now became reacquainted with a lot of, because, like, fucking Magic is doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. It's like, I fucking hate it. Yeah, I'm going with the idea that it was a guy who actually became so smart he just became a brain in Turnip Land, which rendered him unable to do anything but just be smart. And even his level of smart is like still very stupid in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it was just like somebody was trying to do some sort of like big giant sculpting, and I guess it didn't work out. So they just glued it to a base, and I was like, I could make a little guy out of this, and indeed I did. I worked on like the Desecrated Saint and some other things. Another big thing from the hall, which you guys saw these earlier. So in the big hall of free giveaway stuff, I found some Possessed on a sprue, and I was like, oh yeah, I could use some Possessed. I always need more Possessed as a Word Bearers guy. These are not Possessed. These are the Greater Possessed that were from the Shadow Spear set that is no longer in production. I don't know if they've ever had mechanically different rules. They might have, I think it may be like a 7th edition thing. I don't know. But basically they're just like really, really spicy, unique sculpts of Possessed. So I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's go. And how you doing, Big Gun? How you doing? Yeah, a lot of this weekend has been processing that haul. Oh yeah, because I guess that made sense. You would have to be able to run them as like an independent guy or like a 2-person unit, just because only 2 came in that box. But I've been like processing, like I got like my Horus Heresy lads kind of sorted out. Something that was kind of interesting is, so right now Horus Heresy is very much like the Rivet counter version of 40k, where it's like it's because, you know, it's Horus Heresy is Warhammer historicals. I mean, I know Warhammer historicals used to be a thing where you could just like buy like Warhammer the French, and I don't even mean that in like a cheeky G-dubs thing. I mean, legitimately they used to sell historicals for like a very narrow period of time. But like, it used to be a lot more loosey-goose with it. I wonder if that's what these guys are from. Because I was like, okay, so but in addition to a bunch of like Horus Heresy first edition, and a bunch of like a Horus Heresy like first edition like Mark 4s and Mark 3s, there's like a lot of these guys where I'm like, okay. Because I was looking at it, I was like, wait a minute. I'm a big enough nerd to know that the Imperial Aquila does not show up in the Heresy outside of the Emperor's Children. I'm realizing that I'm retaining dumb fake historical knowledge. And like the backpack, the power pack is a Mark IV one. But it's got like a little skull on it. And I don't know if that was area appropriate either. So I think somebody was just making their own assault dudes. The helmet, I believe, is actually like a Horus Heresy, potentially Horus Heresy era. What's the fucking Sons of Horus? God damn, I could not remember Sons of Horus. You know, the big faction of the Horus Heresy. But yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna build them up as regular Possessed. That'll be cool. But yeah, so yeah, you doing 14? How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot of goofy little bits for processing that I need to do. Like, I really like using the technique I do where I use like what's it called, spackle. But the problem is that shit drinks up paint. So like usually like the first pass I do where I like I like spray paint it, does not tend to make it stick. So I'm gonna get like a little bit more of that going on. I'm doing pretty good. I had to miss out on my game this week just because, you know, I don't want to drive. My LGS is like a solid 30-minute drive away, which isn't bad. That's a solid enough drive. It's just that, like, once again, I live in an area where like once snow hits, everyone becomes fucking loony. So I really don't want to go out in that. In addition to, like, I'm pretty sure that like basically nobody like cleaned the streets. Like, I think it's pretty much all ice, and I'm good. So, I used it a little bit to work on some crafting stuff. I reorganized my living room. So, there was a point where I had aspirations of doing battle reports. I really don't anymore, but I bought, like, the materials to do, like, a backdrop and everything. And I just set that up in my living room, and I just never took it away. No. I just saw your guys' mayor apparently is like real jazzed about like cleaning up snow, which honestly, hell yeah, let's go. But like, no, like I said, my state lives in a very interesting Goldilocks zone where like most years heavy snow removal equipment is useless, so it costs money to maintain. But then the years where we need it, we're fucked. So it's like not a great scenario overall. I would enjoy some nice snowplow, but alas, we truly live in a cruel world. But yeah, gotta work on that. Gotta watch. So like every now and then, I'll bookmark other VTuber streams that have like quote unquote. Also, did I say hi, Shazra? Howdy. Like educational content. I mean, mostly for like how they do shit. So I've actually been watching like 2 very different streams on how to do like VTuber kind of businessy things, which have been kind of neat while I do my hobbying. That's been very productive. Really, I assume Oregon would have like a really banging system for dealing with snow. Also, by the way, I don't think I've ever introduced what I'm painting tonight. This is my Saturnine Praetor from the Saturnine box. It's probably hard to kind of recognize because he's been heavily modified. There we go. I'm doing the very rare chunky Slanesh. I'm going with the idea that like he's not possessed, but he is definitely at that like late stage of the Heresy where he's becoming a Chaos Lord and doesn't like, there's not exactly a good frame of reference for what's going on to him. Woo, yo, let's go. More public restrooms are good. That much snow, really? I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I have some like distant adopted family who lives sort of up in the West Coast northern area. I guess like around like Seattle primarily. And now that you mentioned it, like I didn't really think about this until right now, but they really don't get like I only really get a chance to visit there in the winter. And they really don't have snow. It's just raining a bunch. There's always seems to be raining up there. I was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. Huh? It do be like that. Neat. But where did we go? This guy. Oh yeah, about the educational stuff. So I guess technically this is gonna sound weird, but like one of them was I think it was oh yeah, Pippa did a like analytics stream. And I was like, you know what? I'll give this a go. Why not? And it was like pretty educational. It was like a pretty educational stream overall. Like I gotta like apparently I gotta be doing some more YouTube shorts. I got like it's one of those things I need to do. Goddamn, we got ad break. I got ad break. I'll continue that once that's gone. Also, I'm like, if you're wondering why I'm painting these guys blue, is because I'm going for, I'm very lazy and like been really into like that tarnished kind of copper look, and I've been kind of going on in that. It's shockingly warm, really. See, for like growing up, Alaska was always the benchmark of like this is cold as shit. Alaska was, so like it's kind of interesting hearing that it's like can be warm on the coast. But I guess it's seawater maybe. Yeah, she's like it's like one of those things. I understand she has a reputation, and I don't know how much of it is necessarily deserved. But like at least at the moment, she's relatively like a normal person, as far as I could tell. Normal asterisk, I guess. I don't know, but it was a pretty neat. And then as kind of like a polar opposite ish, I've been watching Rin Penrose did a how-to thumbnail stream, which I was like, you know, I don't know. Because like I'm still like, despite doing this for 6 years, I'm basically very clueless for a lot of things that aren't the internet. Like I can do the haha laughing funny man things, but then when it comes to like social media and whatnot is where I'm like really lacking. So seeing people who like vaguely know what they're doing is at least something. And it's like it's more actionable advice than the ones who are also just doing what's it called? The ones that are just like, yeah, you gotta like they're like there's like some like really general purpose kind of just like throw shit out there kind of things. So I'm like, okay, this is not too bad. This is neat. So I've been checking out both of those, working on the hobbies, clinging to associates. So yeah, back with the small tangent about me trying to do. I think conceptually I like the idea of doing battle reports, but battle reports are a very weird beast where they require so many resources to do. And it's like it's gonna sound like really like the numbers, but like really for battle reports, you put a lot of effort into something that like people typically don't watch a lot. Like it's something that even people who are big like Warhammer fans, like sometimes like, you know, sometimes people do enjoy battle reports for like, oh, I'm like a competitive gamer. I want to see how someone plays an army, or just like, I just want to see like the game played or whatnot, or just like, well, it'd be cool. It'd just be cool to see how other armies function just for fun. But like, otherwise it does require you to have like a million billion, like you got to have like a lot of armies. You have to have like a good setup. You got to get your camera going. Yeah, I think I recall she was like raised kind of in like a conservative area. I don't know. It's always hard to tell with people's like like stuff on VTubing and whatnot. Mostly just because like, unless you like directly get things from someone's like streams, it's really hard to get like a feel for anyone, because you could like secondhand info on the internet is always just very dangerous, because like you don't know what the like this is not me sounding like conspiracy crazy, but like you don't know the agenda of anyone saying dumb shit on the internet. Like, I know genuinely nice people who have, like, nothing real wrong going on. Occasionally we'll just get somebody who's bitter at them for no reason. They're like, can you believe this bitch is up to some shit? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like that thing, if somebody says stuff like that to someone who just doesn't question things, it can lead to trouble. It can lead to the trouble. But yeah, so yeah, that's been good. It's been good. California. Ah, gotcha. Oh, it might be a California thing. She did like in between like the informative stuff. There was a very interesting little bit about rural Nevada just kind of being just like random quick time events. Because like I kind of experience a very similar thing. Not to the same extent where like it sounds like she just kind of like walks around and people are just crazy at her. For me, it's mostly just because like whenever I'm out in public, people just strike conversations up with me. I guess I look like I'm a very chattable lad, and I mean, you know, I am doing this, so I'm what's it called? I guess people are just like, yeah, you know, you look like I could just like get into a 15-minute conversation about my bitch of a niece. And I'm like, you're not wrong, I guess. I'm not gonna say no. Mostly just because like I want to be polite. So if somebody is just like, can you believe this shit? I'll be like, well, I guess I'm gonna find out. So sure, tell me about how your sister's a bitch. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if like New York's one of those things too, because like I know New York has gotten better over the years, and like growing up, I always kind of had that like. Because like that was kind of the pop culture for a while, where like no, New York was New York, where it's like, you know, it's still got all the cool like Big Apple stuff, but it was also like, hey, it's New York, it's crime town, where crime is. And I think like either like you kind of do need somebody from there, or you need to visit there to be like, no, listen, like we are a place where people live. This is a city. This is not just for like Dick Tracy villains and whatnot. How you doing, Turtle Sages? How you doing? So yeah, like that, like I think legitimately people like I think Bodega is honestly like a really good rep for New York. Not that I was always like, New York is gross, I never visit there. I have never been to New York, to be fair. I don't travel a huge amount. I'm very rarely one of those people that like I'll travel for no reason. So, and I've not really had a reason to go to New York. Will that change in the future? I don't know. I would not be surprised. But life does find a way for stuff, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Money is also the big concern too. Once again, I kind of had that revelation recently where I was just like, there's a lot of things I would like to do that require a lot of dosh. And in order to get a lot of dosh, I need to like step up my game in some areas. So it's I've been like watching a lot of hobby YouTubers and how they like organize their videos and stuff like that, just to see if there's any ways. Really, for me, it's never like dealing with the ideas. It's more just like how to take an idea I have in my head and translate that into like a video. Because like I've watched enough videos, I understand how that works, but it's mostly just like, oh yeah, I want to do this cool project. How do I convey that project in a way that like makes sense? Or like, how do I convey this project in a way that like this gonna sound really weird, that like just doesn't drive me nuts and with like additional work? Because like I've been like, a lot of the stuff I see on YouTube are for people who have already been in the mines for several years. So there's a level of polish that comes with being in the mines that if you don't have if you just kind of assume that that's the default, because you like, especially like a lot of times it's easy just to take somebody's videos and just skip the early ones. I recently like I said, did like the big Mandular like kind of like bonanza when I was working on terrain during winter. But like prior to that, I still never really watched a lot of his earlier stuff, mostly just because like the topics didn't interest me. But like that's probably where like the learning how shit is done stage is. So instead, I get the like years of training in the final result and whatnot. Certain point was that? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it could be overrated or whatever, but I think I'd still like to go. I think to date, the only big U.S. cities I've ever really had a reason to go to were D.C. and what's it called? D.C. and Chicago. And I'm not counting D.C. for MagFest. For me, MagFest, I understand, is technically in like D.C., but like I don't actually go to the city proper. For me, MagFest takes place in this weird limbo area that just like does not really exist in any state. Like, even though I know that's like not like objectively technically not true, but like just the behaviors and the way things are laid out, and even just the way I traverse, where it's just all Ubers that take me from like mysterious kind of like Maryland countryside, and then I show up at the mag and I'm like, yippee, let's go. But like my brain, like if you're like does not process that as like being in a state. Oh. Hi there, Ricky! Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle's variety. Oh shit, what the fuck were you up to? Hello, everyone! Oh, is that the like? I've heard there's that RoboCop game is relatively solid, where it's like you can do the whole shoot someone in the dick thing. It's pretty legit. How's it going, everybody? If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle's variety. Though today I'm painting Word Bearers My Beloved. I've been painting Word Bearers My Beloved. This is my Saturnine Praetor from the Saturnine box, and here is his big... So, for the Saturnine box, you basically are like, well, you got an axe, or you got a hammer. Also, Infrix, thank you for giving us up the Ricky. Thank you. Technically, you can equip both of these, and I was like, I'll just give him like a dual-handed combo weapon, because it looks fucking legit. Yeah. Infrit, thank you. I don't know how to pronounce anything. There we go. But yeah, thanks for giving this up. Thank you. And also, Infrit, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the workshop. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys have any mini questions, I do a lot of mini painting. I do tend to go for chaos. Like I got some possessed lads recently, greater possessed lads actually. It was funny. This guy actually didn't have a hand. Infrit. Oh, God. Oh, got you. Oh, his full name is Infrit. The X is silent. Of course. It's like one of those long names. Gotcha. This guy was actually this guy was missing an arm, so I used my like 3D printed collection. Also, Orion D&B, thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. Dungeon in Breakfast, hell yeah. Necrons lately, you got some. I do not. No, okay. I'm not gonna say I don't have like legs somewhere. I might, but yeah, I'm primarily Chaos Boy. I also do Trench Crusade stuff a lot. Like I don't. I'm still processing a video of my latest Trench Crusade thing. I could probably give you guys a preview, a little sneak peek. Oh, the audio's gonna be terrible. Sorry, go man. So, also Jay, thank you for giving us up to Infrit where the X is silent. Sorry, I'm just being an asshole now. But yeah, here's like a lad I can show off a little bit. As so this is gonna look really dark because I haven't done like the video processing to kind of like make the colors a bit more reasonable. But yeah, I do basically every Trench Crusade army in with Court. There we go, lad. This is my desecrated saint. The worm. Oh, so this is actually not red primer. This is gray Vallejo primer that I'll just put over Marie Kondo. Excellent. There we go. I actually used an airbrush to paint everything red with the idea that this would just like skip like maybe like a solid hour of painting time. I don't use my airbrush a huge amount, but I'm one of those people that mostly use it for base coating, just because it gets the base coating real quick. And then from there, I'm gonna start building up all the other colors and whatnot. It does got xenomorph energy of like a creature bursting out of another creature, so I can see that. But yeah, I also got like, I got these like little like new Antioch lads who are like mostly done. I'm trying to get like a good glow effect on the ends of their flamethrowers and whatnot. Yeah, that's a great same with a gun. The only thing that was holding him back is he couldn't hold a gun. But yeah, I'm doing word bearers. A lot of the base color is red. Well, like a lot of times, like if like legitimately, like even if you're not going to do like anything real fancy with an airbrush, I do think a cheap airbrush is just really, really solid for just like mass base coating. Like, hey, if anyone just has like a box of like 20 Marines kicking around, airbrushes are pretty legit for just making sure that you got at least a starter color. And honestly, once you get like the starter color on a lot of things, it does make a lot of stuff going easier. If you're wondering why I'm painting the shoulder daemons blue, I'm going to eventually make these tarnished metal. And the way I like to do my tarnished metal is I do a layer of blue, like a turquoise blue, and then I do some oxide, and then I dry brush the copper directly on top, and it looks pretty legit. It's gonna have to be done in chunks because a lot of painting unfriendly folds that I added to the model. But yeah. I don't have it. I think Necrons are cool. Like I've read like all the like every time like I do that thing where if what will happen is I will read a book and I'll be like, ooh, it'd be cool to get some models from that. I remember like the Twice Taken King. Both of those are pretty legit. And they was like, ooh, maybe give me some Flare Virus Necrons. That'd be pretty legit. Necrons that crave the skin. Also, Reg, wow, thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. How you doing? I don't know. Sometimes like, well, I'll hit up the how you doing with an accent that's not really an accent I use for literally anything else, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, Necrons are cool. I'm like basically, I am a Chaos Boy at heart, but I like basically most things. You're doing all good. Hell yeah. I'm also glad you like the work. I do, I also like to do a lot of effects with like enamels and stuff like that. And Chaos tends to look pretty good with enamels, to be honest. It's just inherently a fun thing. I can also show you I can show you my cannon as well. My cannon is still needs to get like a proper video filmed. I have the Grand Bombard from Turnip 28 and he looks, very nice. I had a big photography spree earlier. Okay, once again, this is gonna look very dark because I haven't done proper video process. I'm basically taking a screenshot of a video. But this is to show you, like I've been snowed in, so I've been having a very, very productive hobby day, or 2 hobby days. There we go. Behold, the big lad. Very happy the way the goo effect turned out on the mouth. It's basically, if you know that like kind of like very traditional Warhammer technique of taking uhu glue and kind of using it to make like kind of like little stretchy spit things, what you can do is like mix a little bit of PVA glue in there. The secret sauce is mix a little bit of PVA glue in there. It makes the strands sturdier. It gives you a bit more work time, and it's I quite enjoy it. I've been using it a lot more. It does make the model look kind of horrible until it dries because you're like, man, that is very thick, white, and stringy. But like after it's all dried, it does look like chef's kiss. It's the good shit. But yeah, tonight's goal is to at least like as usual. I kind of want to get this lad on his base because that just kind of makes the work easier. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Big stretchy. There we go. I'm gonna get my drink. Oh yeah, but I said a mimic elf. Like I'm a spicy boy. Anyway, you know, as one does. Nothing out of the, nothing out of the ordinary here. Nothing particularly buck wild. I'm just all right. There we go. We'll get that going. There we go. I gotta wear my apron though. I don't want to get paint everywhere. That'd be fucked up. I got cat ears too. the cat ears aren't a normal thing. They're just on there. All right, we're just getting every accessory now. That's fine. That is why they are there. Bit of add that tarnished copper to the top of the hammer. I also need to do for the hammer. I have a bunch of like helmets on there that are going to be ultramarine skulls because, like, I don't hate Ultramarines really as much as a lot of people do, but as a Word Bearers fan, you know, they are destined rivals. So I have to you know, gotta shout the Legion as one does. Wow, yeah. Like I said, I'm a spicy lad, and I'm gonna have an even spicier outfit coming at some point. Also, Wild Side, thank you for the file. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. I began to blend words together. Great, excellent. I love speaking. I love speaking on the internet. But yeah, it makes sense to add a bunch of like little like kind of like murdered Ultramarines to my Word Bearer stuff. You know, get that bit of like that bit of rivalry going on in the builds, which is pretty fun. That's so interesting. I gotta like. So I recently got a bunch of Sons of Horus from like from a crazy big swap meet where people were just like handing out shit. And now I have like a bunch of like not like enough for like a proper army, but I have a bunch of Sons of Horus that I want to like integrate lore-wise into my Horus. Like I have a very light idea for the lore of my Horus Heresy army. I have a lot of just lore for my guys in general that I keep up in my noodle. I've been like seeing that like Kipash Chaos guy who does like some cool YouTube videos. I'm like, oh, this is cool for like format sealing and whatnot. I mean, I like enjoying his shit, but I've been in a very like notes taking arc recently, and I don't. No, I know why. It's because like I want to do more with my shit. So I've been very much taking. Oh, I forgot to paint the knee too. I've just been taking a lot of notes for things. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And he's like, oh yeah, he's got all the lore for his dudes on like a WordPress blog. I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. I can make that right. Maybe that'll be a thing, or maybe I'll have like a WordPress document or like a Google Doc or something like that. But yeah, Kipash Chaos is really cool though. They're doing like a Nurgle Bretonnian army, which I guess they're basically taking like a bunch of different Chaos marks and kind of integrating that to their Chaos Warriors army. And for the Nurgle side, they decided to do Bretonnians, but like Nurgle corrupted, which is pretty legit. Like fantasy is definitely like a weakness of mine where I just don't have like a lot of knowledge of like Warhammer Fantasy in particular. Like I've been a big fantasy guy for just like general fantasy stuff, but Warhammer Fantasy I really don't know a huge amount about. That do be fine. That'd be fine. Someday. I mean, I have like bits for an army for that. Why am I like this? I know why I'm like this is because painting's fun and I like to do it a lot. But alas, well, those are drying. I definitely need to get like a bit more going on with like the blues and whatnot. But before I get to that point, I want to get the metal done. Like obviously too, where it's like the like little bits are scraped off. That's just because like I did like a thin-ish coat of the red. The red I use for these guys is just Nocturnal Red by Vallejo. Pretty solid red overall. I'm using Vallejo of just metal colored gunmetal, which is a red I use for not red, a gunmetal that I use for basically everything. I tend to do my metals dark. It's like one of those things that like every now and then too, when I watch someone else do like a tutorial, I'm just like, it's very interesting to see the different like paint choices. Like I very rarely use any official like Games Workshop paints or anything these days. I'm just like, I don't like the containers, and then like if I'm going to move them to dropper bottles, there's just other paints that they do better. Because pharmacy. That was the other thing I was looking at doing. Like I think I just need to get. I think I need to get a proper like boo or a clapping track for the true. Because like if I do like the hands-free cringe, it's like it sells something. But I think there needs to be an audio component for some of these. I don't know if I want to like encourage you that much, but I feel when a pun like that hits it, if there was like a auditory kind of like accompaniment to that. It would do the work. You feel honored. Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is like it's just I'm just engaging. Just engaging your punnage. Yeah, how it be sometimes. Yeah, like it's actually kind of interesting because like prior to today, I was like, oh, I didn't do. Like it's like, oh man, this is another wasted weekend of just taking a big chills. And it's like, no, actually, I think I did like a decent amount of shit. And I'm pretty excited for tomorrow because even though I will have to do remote guild stuff, I don't have to drive. I can stay home, which is nice. I really do miss working from home. I really took for granted how like cool working from home was until there was just one day it was just like, nah, Nah, you gotta go back. And it's like, but why? But why do what? But why? And unfortunately, the answer was because we said so. That was really about it at the end of the day. And it's tricky because it's like what? It's like one of those things where it's like I don't think people need to like work like at a place if they don't need to. How you doing, Fuber? What do you mean? What have they done to you? Nande. You mean the cat ears? That's like, you know, that comes up pretty often. That's like a pretty on the reg thing. Usually it's more usually it's, I'm blanking on who else tends to do the ears. Usually it's not a J thing. Well, how you doing, Oni? How you doing? Welcome. Oh, K-Mappy. I think K-Mappy usually is the ears person. The fact that the cat ears came out from J, I believe the J was. Yeah, very different, like very different behavior than usual. But yeah, it's still fine. I don't mind ears. It's you know, I'm all ears. Stupid. I'm allowed to do it stupid as a bit, you know. Yeah, I have a lot of options. I think I used to have more than a couple. God damn it. Boo. Listen, I did that for myself. You nerds like have me trapped and just say puns at me for 4 hours every stream. I'm allowed to pop off a bad one every now and then as a treat, as one does. I feel no shame or remorse. Fuck off with that, never. I will never fuck off with that. This is my nightmare realm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Life of Brian. Like I used to be a pretty religious Monty Python watcher but like only the movies really. Like I don't think I could ever truly call myself a Monty Python fan because like I really didn't watch. Like I think because I remember because like that's one of those things that like the nerd culture of like the like late 2000s was definitely a lot more like, I mean, mind you, like in like the D&D nerd culture of like watching Monty Python the Holy Grail on repeat was very much a thing still. It's like one of those nerd stereotypes that kind of died out over the years, but that was very still big when I was getting into TRPGs. It's like I wasn't watching Holy Grail to fit in. I just happened to also like Holy Grail, so I was like, oh shit, okay, there we go. The kind of nerd that likes Holy Grail also likes to throw around dice and pretend to be a wizard, such as life. But yeah, no, I think Monty Python is like the nerd pillar. I guess maybe that just comes from the fact that there hasn't really been like, I don't know, the way culture kind of moves up and down through the ages is kind of a very different thing, you know. Where it's like a lot of, because like you know, a lot of the big Monty Python movies were around before I was like really cognizant, but they kind of got perpetuated by sort of like elders in the scene and whatnot. So without, and then there was that kind of pushback. So I wonder if like the inherent pushback of that. I think the one that I really want to watch, it's not a true Monty Python movie, but I know it's like a lot of the Monty Python alumni were in it, and I think it would be a good movie night movie. Would be Time Bandits. I think Time Bandits is a movie night movie that needs to happen. Though I've already picked out tomorrow's movie night movie as a heads up. How you doing, Flower Night? How you doing? It's favorite male VTuber. Yay! Let's go. Wait, who's your? I'm curious. Don't feel like you're on the spot. Who's your favorite female VTuber? I am curious. I'm big curious. But hey, how's it going? I am working on my Saturnine Praetor because I basically have more or less an untouched Saturnine box. Yeah, Time Bandits, I forget how many Monty Python people were involved in that, but I know it's a decent amount. Amy? Oh, that's fair. I think I've only really watched one Demi stream. She was doing I think it was that like one game that was like about the game, like a game company, and then you got to play like 50 games that kind of represented their output over the years. It was kind of like a really fun like game collection game. I think I always saw her play that, and it's weird because like at least vibes wise, she's always gives me the feeling of trying to do like more like an older sister thing. But like watching her play video games, I grew up with a younger sister. So like it was very much just watching my younger sister play video games and like die a lot and get mad and make me play video games. Yeah, UFO 50, I think. Like as an older brother, there was a lot of me playing like Mary Kate and Ashley for like the Game Boy, because Emoto got stuck and was really pissed about it. and then I'd beat the game, and she'd be like, "Why did you do that?" It's like, you want me to beat every level, one after the other. You denied yourself a game by having me beat all the stages for you. I don't know what you want from me. I did literally what you asked. And that's also a feeling of having a really younger sibling, is acquiescing to their demands and them being more pissed about it. We're on much better terms now as adults, but like, man, for the longest time I was like, I hate this. I hate this. Why couldn't I have been an only child? Oh. Yeah, the Crimson Permanent Insurance is like, well, I think they sold that a decent amount. I forget what that was always like, because that was like one of those like micro movies that was stuck in front of other movies of theirs. I forgot where that showed up, because I know, like, I've seen Life of Brian. I think I've seen like I have seen The Meaning of Life a decent amount of times. But this is gonna sound really weird. I haven't seen Meaning of Life since I was younger, so I'm really curious what it'd be like to watch as like a full-blown adult. Because that was always the kind of thing. I watched a lot of their stuff when I was a teen, which is why I think I bounced off of the show. Not that like Monty Python's always been like, oh, this is like real highbrow humor for adults, but I do think that there's a lot of the kind of like, I think once you get deep into those British weeds, you got to either be like a really like tea-aboo child, or you have to kind of like be, you know, cognizant and functioning as an adult. I just never had that latter bit until, you know, I'm cognizant as an adult now. I mean, I do mostly go online and do like man-child hobbies. So like, you know, take that with as much grain of salt as you wish. But like, yeah, it would be neat to kind of rewatch those with like a bit more life experience now, I guess. I do. Have you ever heard Tea-aboo? Yeah, no, there's like a whole, cause like you got Tea-aboo, you got Weeaboo, but spelled OUI for French stuff. I'm sure there's other country variants, but those are the ones I always heard, because like, you know, there are people that like when they grew up, they were like really, really big on like British television and whatnot. Or even like in the era I was online quite a bit, like people who were really, really into like BBC Sherlock, and they're like, I guess I'm British now, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, buddy, sure. You want to see a dude kiss an autistic dude? That makes you British. Why not live your best life? Scandaboo, yeah. It's, to be fair, like, I will also say that because of the shortening from Weeaboo to Weeb, a lot of that has kind of died off. Like, you don't really get that much anymore. So you doing, Prince? How you doing? Oh shit! Okay, there we go. Yeah, I keep both platforms open, so use whichever one is most comfortable to you. I know some people are like, yeah, I live in a country where YouTube isn't feasible, or like, I just like YouTube performs better on my phone. So that's why I keep both open. Also VODs and whatnot. But yeah, because I think legitimately because Weeaboo sort of just got shortened to Weeb over the years. Like, it kind of a lot of the extra fun bits that came with Weeaboo has been lost cultural knowledge. It's just kind of like, it's one of those things that I really hope someday I could read like a fucking like doctoral thesis about the evolution of Weeaboo as a term. I would love that. I'm sure someday it might happen, but who knows? Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. I don't know what like the papers in academia are going to look like over the next 10 years, but we'll find out. So stuff will be happening. Stuff will be happening, whether we like it or not. This is also going to be like a lot of these medals are going to be really, really sloppy, but I'm also going to go back and touch up a lot of shit. So like, if you feel like, hey, you missed a little bit, don't worry. It's coming. Still down there. I've watched like a couple of episodes of Top Gear, but I do like the fucking like bottom gear kind of like video collection thing. How you doing, Robert? How you doing? Oh shit, you had a message retracted, but how you doing? I think you have your stuff on there, but what's going on? How you doing, Big Buckingham? How you doing? I watches Vincent Bumcar. Ah, okay. British person just learned a new word. Hey, let's go. I'm filled with many words. It's mostly just because I've been like I mentioned a lot that I am very much like an internet person, for better or for worse. Like, I don't wish I was. Like, I don't know. It's weird because, like, on one hand, it's like I kind of love being an internet person. I love the inherent just kind of like knowledge and like cultural spaces that brings. But it also just makes me very strange. It also just like, you know, it's like that kind of like knowledge that makes you dumber kind of dealio. A lot of my life is knowledge that just makes me dumber. I just have to come to terms with that. I fucked up the plates. The ball should be like that. Also, werewolf. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. I have to work out your name a little bit there. The weirdest thing is that like I almost was. It's all good. It's all good. Do not worry about mixing some stuff up. Like I used to hang with theater kids. We didn't have like a proper theater department in high school, but we had like a theater, like we basically had like a speech team, which was basically like competitive theater stuff. The funny thing is what happened is I made the classic mistake of wanting to do comedy when every time we go to competition, the performances that won were ones that were like really dark. It's like really like dark or personal or dramatic, you know, I mean like, yeah, in hindsight, I should have realized it, but like I remember two of them that were like really like I tried to do like me and a friend tried to do like a comedy routine for the theater competitions, and that didn't work out. I remember two performances that stick with me. One of them was like the perspective of like a burn victim, but like somebody who tried to take their own life with fire and live, so they have to deal with the fact that they're like, yeah, my life is like extra double ruined, but I don't want to do that again. And every day I wake up to see my mistake on my own face, and I'm just like, oh god, okay. And it was that one, and it was a duo that did a performance about like two special needs people, like dealing with the fact that like they were in love and like having sex, and how like society would just like look down on them for that, and just they're just like about like they're real people and like they should be treated that way, which, you know, like nothing is like objectively wrong with either of those, but I'm just like, oh man, I'm way out of my depth. I'm way out of my league here. I made the mistake of being a ha-ha comedian in like real serious business hours. Yeah, no, like that, like legitimately, like that was sort of like the theater kid gauntlet. And I just scrubbed out, and like we had performances as well for like, you know, we did have like plays and shit. But the tricky thing is because I grew up in a small town, there was definitely like a theater clique, because also, spoilers everybody. Who do you think got top roles in the theater teachers' performances? Would you say like would you be surprised to find out it was usually her daughter? Wow, shocker. I know. Big surprise. So like at that point it's just like I don't care. So I became a techie. I became the guy that like ran the lights and did all the set building and whatnot. And I found infinite more fun doing that. Like that better suited my goofy nature at the time. And like, I don't know. Like would I want to do that now? Probably not. I'm okay with the life I ended up in, but yeah, that's like legitimately legitimately the life of me being like a heavy theater kid was really close, but just in the circumstances weren't legit. Oh yeah, for the shoulder pads, I can explain that. So these are what's it called? These are bestiar basically they did their own version of daemonettes. I'm fine. They're like a pointy nipple, but nothing's too bad. There we go. So these are bestiar daemonettes. Pretty much what I did is I broke off most of the limbs, glued them to the base, and I used layers and layers of sprue goo to kind of make them. I want to do the idea that like this, like usually I would do these like kind of fleshy, but I like the idea that they're like pushing against his armor as it begins to warp, where it's just kind of like stretching through and kind of tainting it. Also, fun fact, I got 6 daemonettes on here. Yay, Slanesh holy number, yippee! But that's kind of what I was doing there. Otherwise, the shoulder pads are stock. The head is from a very unfortunate. Oh, so like, there's a guy named like DMN Minis who did a really cool 3D printable Gal Vorback set. The problem is, he doesn't sell them anymore. Basically his entire cult is white, and I don't know why. He did his own sculpts, So it's not like the GW ninjas got him. And like people on cults are just posting a whole ass like, this is a Primaris Space Marine. This is like, hey, Titus got like revealed, and then like 0.3 seconds later, somebody used AI to make like a Titus like 3D printable rip that just looks shitty. Like that's the kind of stuff that I'd expect to get taken down. And I don't know if like the guy got self-conscious or what, but like all this stuff got taken down, which is a shame because he did like really, really good shit. So funny up. Yeah. Yeah, that is the thing too. Is yeah, sometimes it's just like you overthinking do be real. Like yeah, no, I lived in a small town where like my entire high school had like maybe 400 people in it. I forget exactly how many, but it was not a lot. Like this is why I don't think this is why I think I didn't get bullied like in high school, because on paper I should have. Legitimately on paper I should have been bullied. I was like you listen, you don't actively read Vampire the Requiem. Not even the Masquerade, the Requiem, in class for fun and not get bullied. Like that's like I might as well had a sign that said "Kick me." I am weak and tender and I will not fight back. But the thing is, like there was only a handful of bullies, and there were like way more like here's the thing. There was a guy who came to my high school with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc, and once that guy shows up, like I'm set. There's nothing I could do that would be more bullyable than roll up to high school with a dual disc. It's fine. Like I could have wore nothing but hot pants that said juicy on them, and I would be bullied less than the guy with the dual disc. Yeah, exactly. It was very much outrun the slowest person. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So that was nice. It was nice. I think maybe that's why I'm like a relatively well-adjusted nerd, because I didn't get the joy and whimsy beaten out of me. I don't know if that shit is still very common in high school, but like I definitely lived in an era where there were fights a lot. I remember 2 girls just like throwing down at recess and everybody just kind of walked around them. Like the kind of the amount of fights where you don't care anymore, where like maybe the whimsy is wrong, but like, you know, like the novelty is gone, you know? The funny thing is, I actually don't know if the guy was good at Yu-Gi-Oh! I wish I knew if that guy ended up being good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Or not. I don't think he was. Sadly, a lot of people who would like Yu-Gi-Oh! At that era were just bad at it. I do remember attempting to go to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament around that time, and it was an awkward tournament to be in because I unironically was spilled. So before, how you doing, Zeta? How you doing? Before I went to the tournament, I was going to like McDonald's or something for whoever, and like whoever was like driving me there was taking. I think a cousin of mine wanted to go, and he wanted to like. They were like, "Hal, you could be like a chaperone, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like build a deck out of his extra cards. Like, okay. And they got me McDonald's on the way because, like, you know, nice thing to do at the time. And I had a Sprite in my lap that just like you hit a bump or something, it spilled all over my lap. And let me tell you, going to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament with like Sprite pants was not a cool experience. Like that was certainly a thing. that was certainly a thing. Also, I got my ass beat in that tournament too because, like, you know, I was playing with a shit deck. Objectively. I'm bullied in high school, but I've gotten. Yeah. Yeah, I think about. Yeah, I do think about that a lot. I should have. By all accounts, I should have been bullied, but I didn't. So that was pretty cool. What are we doing? What are we doing with the axe? So for context, I think for the axe itself, I'm gonna have the Blake. I know the way you do power weapons is you paint it and you do like a little crackle effect. I typically do my power weapons almost entirely glowing because there's a very simple reason for that. Glowing looks fucking rad, so I lean towards that for pretty much every power weapon. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with some metal, and I'll probably go back and like actually like detail it a bit later. Sounds so depressing. There we go. Yippee. No ideas how to play. Oh, same. Also, hello, Onirin. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot, the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven. How is Hightail? So how you doing, John Cypher? How you doing, Void Ninja? How Misi? And how you doing, Sonic? Oh, I made myself tiny. Sonic Zilliac Project and Papa Sam. So Sonic Zilla Project, not Zilliac. What the fuck? I had a C for no reason. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernut the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Escape variety. I like to go bigger and smaller. I'm currently painting some word bearers, specifically this guy. Yeah, how's a hightail treating you? I do have that thing that like yearly I get a craving for Minecraft, and I get that out of my system and I stop. Also, Hayakuro Kuju-san, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Yeah, my taking Japanese in high school and college pays off, and I could read a Japanese name fast. Let's fucking go. Yippee. Oh god. And also, Papa Sam, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Well, I hope you had fun with it. It sounds like you did. So hell yeah. Also, hey, if anyone has any questions about mini painting whatsoever, Warhammer's mini games, I do Warhammer. I primarily paint Warhammer over than play it, though I do play 3rd edition with some of my friends. I also do Turnip 28 and Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade is probably the game. Trench Crusade and Turnip are the games I play the most. No idea. I mean, the thing is, so like you definitely, Robert, you were a little older than I am because I was doing that in like elementary school. But also, like, we also did not know how. It was really weird because, like, growing up, I was like, yeah, Mewtwo's like fucking rad. And then you play the card game where Mewtwo kind of is like, you know, 1st edition Mewtwo wasn't great. He was fine. He was a basic Pokemon with like 70 HP when that was like a reasonable amount. But still, I remember other people were just like, yeah, no, that's not how cards. It's different than the game. I was like, oh, okay. And I learned. Oh yeah, that's the thing that cracks up is like Minecraft is like $1 billion game, and every like couple of years they're like, we made baby sheep, like slightly different looking. And there's like modders who are like, I'm 12 and I made Minecraft but in space of flyable spaceships. Oh shit, no, hold on. I totally forgot about that, Jake. I did actually. The glub. I do got the glub. Hey, Jay sent me a glove through Throne, which I have and I just left behind me and forgot to take out the packaging. Hey, there we go. I got a little galaxy glove thingy. I'm gonna do something really stupid. Hold on. Dual wield. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I did get it. It's been sitting behind me for like a week. I definitely forgore. But yeah, thank you. But yeah, it's like the fact that like I don't know if I'm gonna ever get hightail, but I'm just glad. I'm glad that like it's. I hope it lights a fire under Minecraft's ass, but I know it won't because if it would have by now. I hate you specifically. Yes. Your puns have gone too far. No, but thank you though. Thank you. You everybody here knows I'm super forgetful. That should not be news to literally anyone. To get like a very light dry brushing. This is actual like jewelry chain, which is why it's so wiggly right now. So I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can right now. It just kind of moving all over the place. Eventually, when I glue him to his base, this will just kind of dangle onto a spot on the ground that I can touch up later, and then I should be able to do some stuff. There's a reason I ask. I got you. It's all good though. It's all good. Feels. I used to wear a kind of glove like that for the streams. It's definitely the thing is I actually do want to use these. Maybe not necessarily for painting, but I do actually have like a pen for my iPad, and I would like to get better at like drawing digitally. I think in this case, like these gloves would actually be pretty useful for that. So like, I will continue to wear them for this stream, but they'll probably eventually become like proper drawing gloves because I don't have any. I had some at one point, and I think I actually don't know where they went. I had proper drawing gloves, they're gone, so now I got these drawing gloves, and I say proper as in like the default ones that come with like a drawing tab with like the default black. I got these ones now. They'll actually like fulfill their purpose of being like nice for drawing on screen. Got the delve parody with Bedrock. I guess that's fair. No, like that's not true. I don't know. Like the thing is, like I feel like developing a parody with Bedrock doesn't fucking matter. Like you know, It's Minecraft. Like, come on. Like you're Microsoft. It's the biggest game. Like I enjoyed Minecraft a lot as an adult. I cannot imagine what would have happened if like Minecraft was around when I was a kid. I would have lost my goddamn mind if Minecraft was around when I was a child. Because I was already basically playing Minecraft, but like in other games. Like there was a Lego creator game where you could just build Legos. It was like very rudimentary, but the cool thing is if you put a steering wheel on anything with like wheels, you could pilot it, which was a really, really cool touch. So I remember spending a lot of time making just dumb vehicles that would like throw, because you also had dynamite. You could actually just put dynamite on a thing, and you could choose what level of explosion you wanted for the dynamite. And I was like, ooh, this is sick. Like you could basically make dynamite that would just sort of like detonate a whole building, or you could basically make dynamite that exploded but did no collateral damage. So if you want to make like sort of like prior to Minecraft, but like fireworks, basically like doing like Minecraft style fireworks, you totally could. The time that was neat as shit. It's still pretty impressive considering the time when that game came out. Let's say like 90. It had to be like 98 because, yeah, my adopted parents were still together, so that had to be prior. Yeah, something like that. Some like maybe like mid to late 90s. And yeah, Minecraft basically came out when I was in. It either came out when I was in college, or it was like, came out when I was in college, or what? Let me remove Clarence too, because I don't need to explain that joke anymore. What'd you miss? Talking about Minecraft, talking about Minecraft and Hightail and whatnot, and just continuing to work on the lad as one does. Wait, I got great. I can do a little bit. Got his legs. I got some trim. Oh, I got so much. Weirdly enough, I think the nice thing about the Daemonette like bits is that it actually does mean just a bit less trim I got to deal with. This guy's going to have a lot of detail, but like, you know, he is going to be the like realistically, I think when I'm going to run a Praetor, I'm probably going to run like one of the regular Praetors instead, because I don't know if you want the full Saturnine one. How you doing, Fulgrim? Welcome. How you doing? I'm dual wielding gloves. Yeah, I'm ranting about Minecraft. But not really. I don't know. It's a neat game. I get the urge, but realistically, what will happen is I probably won't play Hightail unless, like, you know, somebody knows like, hell, we should play Hightail. I'll be like, okay. I've barely done it. Hey, you know, I mean, like, kit bashing is an iterative process. Like, it's like there's certain techniques that I think help with kit bashing a lot. A lot of it, honestly, is what's it called? Super glue and baking soda. If you're not using that, mind you, it makes things really gritty, but it also makes the bonds like stupid strong. So I think it's definitely worth it. No, the thing is, like, I don't. So there's still a level of not being fully chaos that I think is interesting in the Horus Heresy in particular. Like, is this guy very obviously, like, corrupted? Yes. Like, is he effectively becoming a Chaos Lord? Yes. But he's also not going to be, like, full on, like, as much as I love, like, the flesh, I think, like, there's, like, a little bit amount of restraint on this guy that I think is neat for Heresy stuff. So, like, the idea that, like, this guy has armor and, like, the shapes of demons are pressing through it, but they're not, like, quite, like, alive and snarling. It's just more like he is beginning to become warped. Where it's, like, the little bit of mutation that I put on was just mostly, like, the helmet, which has got, like a kind of fucked up face and, like, a horn bursting out. That's sort of the level I want to, like, settle at, I think. Because, it's like, I know, and I also do know people do mix and match like chaos pieces with late Heresy models and stuff like that, because, you know, chaos, like a Chaos Legionnaire is rocking a lot of like very similar like iconography and stuff. But like usually that's like also like after they've been sitting in the warp for like thousands of years, just kind of cooking. People, yeah, I think that just always inherently happens. Minecraft's situation is tricky because, like, if you are familiar with mods, I have to imagine Hightail doesn't offer anything for you. So I guess I could have did like a stone and marble thing. It's already far too late. And the thing is, I think I made it too smooth for stone to work. So I'm just gonna stick with this for now. It's all good. I do like tarnished metal. So I'm you know, every now and then I'll find myself really indulging in a technique I like. Probably to excess, but you know, that's a very Slaneshi thing to do. So, but yeah, no, I think there's always like the thing where you're like, well, this is similar enough to a thing I recognize, so why would I switch away from thing I recognize? And I do think that's understandable. And like, from what I understand, it's like Hytale has a lot more kind of like baked in features. I kept seeing some like somebody was showing off like a movement tech thing where they were using like two knives and they were kind of like sprint dash murder style thing. I think that was kind of neat because like, you know, Minecraft traversal is kind of like, you know, it's slow. And I know there's ways you can make it faster later on, but like if you're just like kind of just like, I don't know, just covering distance, you're not doing anything like real intelligent with it. You're just schmooving the schmoove. I think having like a way to do like that effectively kind of a way. I also don't know if that's an exploit. Oh, is that an exploit? Oh, okay. Okay then. I thought that was like an intentional bit of tech, but like I guess not. I wonder if that'll be patched out then. Because like sometimes if you find an exploit, it just becomes part of the game. Like people just kind of like, yeah, that's fine. Because I know that happens sometimes where like a game, like people find out ways to do that, and they'll actually like reach out to the dev team to like not remove that when patches happen. They're like, yeah, no, this is actually like a cool accidental feature. Can you keep that in? So like depending on if what's it called? Depending on like so from what I understand, Hytale was like a Riot property, and then they got bought out or like neglected or something, and now they're a free agent. That's like, you know, I'm not a big Riot boy. I don't give a shit about League of Legends or Valorant. So like, I think all this is like maybe like triple hand knowledge and stuff like that. I think because fans like that. See, that's the kind of stuff that I think is neat. Where it's like, yeah, no, you like whenever they patch out certain exploits to single player games, I'm always like, this is a weird approach. This is very strange. So it's like I understand like if it's like too crazy, it might trivialize the game, but also I do kind of enjoy the idea of like breaking single player games, you know, where it's like, oh, you know, you're fucking around with stuff, but like it's not hurting anyone. Might as well go nuts. Hey, let's go. Hell yeah. Welcome to the Discord. Also, like, sorry, Jay, I'm taking off this glove for now, mostly just because it's kind of tight. I do want to use it more. I will stretch it out later, but right now I'm gonna let my fingies breathe. It's just a wee bit. I think it might just be the double gloving. Okay, because hasn't that been like in development for like a million billion years? I mean, good for them. Good for them. Once again, I'm very much on board of like whenever somebody like once again like lights a fire under a bigger company. Like, how you doing, Horror Loving? How you doing? Hold on. Nice. There we go. Like I was very pro Power World. Even though I didn't really play much. I did one Power World stream, which was just a stream that I could like. My entire goal of Power World was to cannibalize someone, and I did it in the first 4 hours, and then I just didn't play it since. But like, what's it called? But the fact that it sounds like Power World like lost that like Nintendo lost a lawsuit against Power World. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go, hell yeah, good shit. Also, Steve, have yourself a good night and take it. Oh no, listen. I was out with sore tummy like all of yesterday. I feel you. Take it easy, yo, and stay healthy and stay warm. Unless you're in Australia, in that case, stay cool. I kind of like sometimes I will forget that like the Southern Hemisphere has kind of like flip-flop heating stuff until I see like a lot of like Australian VTubers I follow. They're like, yeah, I got my like my swimsuit out, and it's like, boy, it's like 1,000,000 degrees, and like, what the fuck? And, oh yeah, no, it do be like that. It do be like that for them. I just kind of find it funny that it's just like an inherent quirk of just how like you know, weather works. It's like everybody else is like, yeah, it's freezing, and then the Aussies are like, we're melting, fuck. execs are very silly like that. I don't know. It's stupid. It should be dumb out there. Lad, how you looking? How you looking, buddy? Let's take a look at the big. We're definitely not at the stage yet, but I want to once again conceptualize. So this is how he's going to sit. He normally came with a tactical rock, which I did not like, so I decided to make my own. He's getting details there. I even just make the bottoms of his feet just purely metal. I think that's the play. I think I'm going to make the bottoms of his feet purely metal, so I don't have to deal with this. Like, yeah, he's got metal gripper. I think that'll be fine. I can get the stomper front bits and just leave this bit the original. It's like one of those things that like I could like look at existing color schemes for Saturnine guys, but I don't care. I'm very much like, so like I really like to like seeing, like I have like a book somewhere where it was just like seeing some articles for how people from like GW would do like Horus Heresy minis before Horus Heresy minis existed. Now like this is rad as shit. I kind of love that. Just like, yeah, do what you want. Fuck it. It's a lost era. Make up patterns of armor. Do whatever. Making money game. Yeah, it's very interesting just to the degree Ubisoft has kind of like fumbled. So like I remember when it was like Watch Dogs was like, this game is incredibly mediocre and it's just like a dumb like you know, it's just like a Ubisoft like open world ripoff game number like 3 million. But like it's we've also been in like such a weird time for video games where people are like, man, I can't believe they killed Watch Dogs. They don't know what they had. They didn't know what they had till it's gone. Tragic. I'm just like, huh. I would not have expected that. I would not have expected that. But I also do wonder if we're reaching that point where people who grew up with a lot of games that were at the time were like, this is kind of stupid, or were like 8 when they played Watch Dogs, and now it's been like 10 years, and like, actually, you know what? Watch Dogs is a good game because I played as a child. And like, there's a ton of games I'm sure I played as a child that are actually not particularly great. Oh, it is an actual Ubisoft game. It like legitimately is. The thing is, like, people for a while did like you would see a lot of like top, like, it's that kind of thing that like, so like, for as much as like the video game industry shows and whatnot feel like that's the gaming public, it's really not. Like, a lot of the gaming public are people that just like buy every FIFA game, they'll buy every sport game, and they'll get like one big kind of like open world action game. That'll be like Ghost of Tsushima, that'll be the Spider-Man games, or that would be like an Assassin's Creed. So yeah, no, those people like not only exist, they are objectively the gaming public. They are the gaming public at large. Yeah, pretty much. I will say like with a slight expansion from just like being gun and ball gamers, but not much. Because, like, you know, it's like one of those things that, like, as, like, you know, power users, specialists, and, like, very jaded individuals, we have, like, a very different take on, like, oh, great, another Ubisoft open world collectathon. But you also gotta understand your average person who's just like, whoa, look at the graphics! And then they'll just get, like, 3, like, corn cobs or whatever, and then they'll make a healing potion. They're like, whoa! And, like, that's it. And, like, that's not even necessary that they're all, like, exactly, like, normies. I do know a lot of people in tabletop groups. Something that I find really fascinating is just like the level of just like kind of like, there's an interesting level of like being like effectively like a snobby nerd that I find fun. And I don't mean that as even like a bad thing. Like, I mean, just like people who are like for like war games and stuff, they'll be like really into like indie games and like crafting their own narratives and stuff. But when it comes to video games, they'll just sort of play like whatever. And it's just really, really funny. It's like not everybody is like as pretentious or jaded or like kind of like on the level as a lot of other people are. So like, cause like a lot of us were like, oh god, we're tired of open world games. They're all the same. A lot of people just don't care. They just enjoy like a big pretty world to step around in. Like, what's it called? Like, I bounced off of fucking Red Dead hard. I know apparently Red Dead has like a decent story, but like I bounced off of it hard just because it felt bad to play. Like mechanically, like everything was fucking context sensitive, and it was just not a great. I played it on the place because like every now and then I've tried to like kind of like align myself with the gaming zeitgeist and give it a go. So like I played like BioShock Infinite when it was new, and I was like, this is kind of whatever. Sure, okay. Like that was an experience of that, and then I tried Red Dead, and it just really didn't click for me. But there's a lot of people that just straight up are like, oh yeah, no, I never even did the story. I just like wandering around as a cowboy and just like skinning the same deer 8 times because it looks pretty. You're like, oh, okay. And that's valid. I mean, like once again, going back to like a Minecraft sort of thing, that's not that different from like a Minecraft experience. But it's also realizing that they are the ones that buy a lot of the games when like a lot of other people just go online and bitch. So like there's a reason games get aimed at them. Oh yeah, the Okami count did that. That was pretty amusing. That was pretty legit. Are they doing like an Okami remaster or something? I'm tired of remasters, but like this is just like once again, it's another symptom of the fact that making things in the cultures of video games and movies is just so expensive that like I mean Okami's a cool game, but like a lot of it is just like you know, it has a good reputation. So that reputation means that like a remaster would make sense financially because it's less of a risk than like making like a new game or even like an Okami 2. Oh, was it Okami? Oh, never mind. I'll take that back. I will take that. I thought it was a remaster for some reason. Go, man. Okay. That kind of stuff does happen a lot, which is why I'm like genuinely shocked. But you know what? Fuck yeah. I love to be proven wrong. Yippee. Hell yeah. Oh, I never did finish Okami. I think I own Okami 1 for the Wii. And I own it for the dumbest reason, and it makes me sad. Not that Okami's a bad game, but I need you to understand why this makes me sad. So I remember in college, I had some friends who lived in a different college. Like we went to the same high school, but we went to different colleges, but still visited. And we did a temporary game swap. So I got to borrow Okami, and then they got to borrow my copy of Dokapon Kingdom. And if you know anything about Dokapon Kingdom, you'll understand that they got like a way better game. But at that point, they just stopped. Like I don't know. I really actually legitimately don't know why we just stopped hanging out. Like visit. I don't know if like college got too big or like other like real life stuff happened to them. But I just never visit them anymore. I actually rediscovered one of them on Twitter recently, though I didn't say hi because also all my social media accounts now are very VTuber focused. I don't really have anything outside of VTubing on the internets. What do we consider a gun and ball game? It's basically as you buy the latest sports game, probably latest Assassin's Creed, and maybe like an Insomniac game. Or Naughty Dog. Basically like it's like FIFA, whatever the Madden is, probably a basketball game, an Assassin's Creed if it's out that year, and probably like Spider-Man 2 and maybe like a Ghost of Tsushima, maybe. Or like a God of War, where it's like sports games plus whatever is like the big PlayStation like movie game exclusive, pretty much. Do it! Play Majora's Mask! Oh, speaking about like N64 games though, apparently fucking Banjo-Kazooie got decompiled recently, which I think is rad as fuck. I used to play a fuckload of Banjo-Kazooie growing up. I never actually finished it though. The later stages were just too hard for me. Maybe that'd be a fun thing to do. Would be to go back and actually beat Banjo-Kazooie. You just properly get closure to that game. Do it right. A medium dry brush. Oh, it's one over here. C. Let's go. Nice. It's 25 years old. No one can access it. I mean, I'm more likely to agree with your brother with some caveats. One, like the fact that there was a Silent Hill collection, but they fucked up the I think that was the one where there was like Comic Sans. It was like part of it. It's like they worked that up real good. I do kind of believe that like accessibility is always a strange thing to me personally, because I've been like, I've been on the internet long enough that like when I was a young lad, I learned how to do like very basic piracy stuff, because you kind of got to for older games to a certain degree. And now like the youth think that like emulation is just like arcane sorcery, and I don't understand that. Like would I like the older version of Silent Hill to be more accessible? Yeah, clearly. And I think more game companies should do stuff like that. A lot of times they don't, because it's easier to sell a remake. Like, I don't know. I don't like the idea of thinking that like every older game is just entirely inaccessible. Like if the drive is there, they can't be played. And like when it comes to like older media stuff, like people will go out of their way to like watch like harder to find movies and like kind of like older books and like track down like rare albums and stuff like that. It's just, for me, it's kind of sad that I just don't think video games get that same courtesy a lot of times. Or the idea of like kind of like going on a journey to get like a video game is like kind of not as common as it could be. Probably gonna go back and dry brush the stone with a bit more of a gray for this, but whatever. Yeah, we got cool people doing like the decompilation stuff, which is neat. Where it's just like, apparently, now you can run Banjo-Kazooie like natively on the PC with like widescreen support and like controller support and like dual stick cameras and some shit. I'm like, that's fucking rad. I played the Goemon, Mythical Ninja Star and Goemon that way, and it was a fucking treat. If this one is anything like that, that's gonna be a grand old time. That's gonna be fucking legit. It's like little bits of like the cork and stuff kind of shit. I think that's fine. Controller, no. Jay, please. Bit of gray on there. But yeah, I don't know. I shake this up a bit more. I got a little bit on my palette and just the pigment came out. All these paints gotta last until I can go back to the shop, which, not that I need to go back. I'm actually like once again, I'm like pretty satiated on minis and things. I think the only thing I'm really looking forward to are the Raiders, not Raiders, fucking Corsairs. Whenever the Corsairs drop, I'm probably gonna pick those up. But otherwise, like I think my minis are in a good spot. Outside of like maybe like a surprise somewhere along the way. Thanks for asking, nice. On there, I always like to do like kind of like ruined chapels and stuff for my word bearers, just because I think it's like a fun callback to Monarchia, which is kind of neat. Hey, thematic. Was it entirely an H? That's also another one of those weird things where it's like a video game will just be put on a app store and then they close the app store and you're like, oh, I guess this is just fucking lost forever. Very cool. I actually forget what the material. Like I know a lot of Eldar stuff is Wraithbone, but I feel like they got some of this like psychoactive cloth or whatever for the Corsairs. I know you're making a shitty pun, but I feel like there is like a lore reason of some special material they use. I will explain after the ad break. Anyway, I try to warp weave. That might be true legitimately. There we go. Yeah, why would you remove the fog? The ports were just fucking butchered from what I remember. So basically what I'm doing is so what I want to do. Like streaks on this is I want to do Space Wolves 13 Company, which were Space Wolves that basically went out into the warp to like I forget what they were chasing in particular, but like They went out into there, and then for a really, really long time, they were cut off from all their supply lines. So they had to scavenge armor from Chaos Space Marines to kind of like restock. And they couldn't really like maintain vehicles or anything. So it was like a lot of bikes and stuff. So like I think they were probably looking for Russ. I think that's probably the gist of what was going down. At some point, their lore changed because they wanted to make Wolfen a permanent thing, so that's like they got found, at least partially found. But I will disregard that lore and substitute it with my own. Yippee! because that's really what you got to do. If you like, G-dubs makes a lot of like lore things that like that like people don't like, and I think fully if you don't like something they've done, just do it. Just DIY your own lore. Who gives a shit? You don't like Primaris, just keep chugging like Primaris doesn't exist. Like, do you want like, their version of Wolfen was lame. I'm not gonna. But yeah, when I was at that, like, I was already thinking about doing that. But then when I went to the swap meet, I just now got like a bunch of Spaceful Sprues. They have like the heads and the axes and the belts and stuff like that. And it's stuff that like, I think the scale might be a little wonky. Generally, for at least in my experience, a lot of the like firstborn stuff still works, because a lot of the size was in the body, and the heads were always kind of oversized. So that like I think if you put like an old like firstborn helmet on a Primaris Marine, it doesn't look that jank. So that's I got a bunch of those. So I think that's my plan. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna go like whole army with that. Though I do like the idea of being able to run Chaos Space Marines, or it's like I kind of like the idea that like depending on like how I'm feeling, I could run them as loyalists or traitors. Like that's a fun touch. Like maybe the ones I got are the ones that got too like. That happens a lot. Oh god, my Proacryl paint just like splattered all over my hand. I swear it's never done that before. There. I just want a little bit of like this like ivory white for the skulls. Just give me a new paper towel. This is why I keep a billion paper towels near me. Yeah, I could go with the idea that like, oh, these ones got a little too lost in the sauce. They're still fighting for the Emperor, but they're like fully chaos. Or I could also just like, no, they're still loyalists. They just didn't get picked up with the rest of the crew that went back out of the Eye of Terror, which is why they're still fighting it. So that'll be neat. And I could use if I'm using them as like CSM, I could kind of run them in my 30k game, not 30k, my 3rd edition games, and still be pretty good. It's like a couple little skulls I put on here. I don't know why I keep like lately I've been really big into the idea of busting out my G-Dub skull pack and just kind of putting them in there, just kind of putting them around the bases. I still have most of that pack. I legitimately bought that skull pack prior to becoming a VTuber, and I'm still like working my way through it. Just like just like a couple, nothing crazy, just like maybe like 6 skulls on this bad boy, as one do. So yeah, that's what I want to do for the Corsair stuff. Like, how you doing, Doc of Flock of Flame? How you doing? I'm working on a base for my Saturnine Praetor, who is like big coming together. He's definitely coming together, just very, very slowly. This is definitely going to be a paint later in the week stream. I got my I still got to get these lads done, but I don't want to do them on stream because there's just like a couple little bits I want to get that just requires like me to get like really, really close. What's it called? Yeah, I saw the thing that apparently there was a guy who like laid like a plastic sheet down before a big snowstorm and just like ripped it up. And I don't know how well that would work with ice, because I feel like the ice would just melt and creep around and just kind of like seal that in place. But like if it was just pure snow, I just did see him just like basically just like lift up the tarp and just kind of brush all the snow off. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. That seems neat. Ooh, let's go. I could go for a big ass cheeseburger. So far, fingers crossed, so good. I have not lost power. If I suddenly just go like, pew, that means I lost power. It just means like something exploded near me. I think so far so good. So I like ordered pizzas before the ice hit, because I was like, well, pizza basically is like a non-perishable food stuff. And that'll be it. I did get a bunch of cool stuff at the Asian Mart. The Asian Mart near me is like really, really legit. I need to start going again. Yeah, that was my thought, that like apparently if you do like the plastic sheet layer, you have to get really, really, really lucky. I don't think I want to chance that. I don't want to chance that, yeah. Like, to be fair, I did send out for pizza before the weather got bad. The pizza is one of those things that you could leave in the box and just kind of eat out of. Like, is that the best way to have pizza, or is that probably, I'm sure there's like some like secret, like actually if you do that, you're gonna get like turbo like infectious like brain parasites or whatever. But like a lot of times you could just kind of leave pizza on the counter and just like take slices from it, you know? And I was like, okay, so like if I lose power, on one hand, everything in my fridge will still stay cold because it'll be cold, but also like maybe it won't. So like I needed a food that like if power did get lost, that I could just like, you know, grab without cooking. And because everything else in my house is like generally like, I mean, I got snacks and stuff. Like, you know, if I need to sustain myself on like some chips I picked up at the Asian Mart, I could, but I don't want to, you know. Cold meat and pizza. That would be the best snack. I don't remember, like, no, the last time I remember trying to sneak snacks into the theater, I didn't do it myself because I was a fucking square all of this time. I remember like in high school, a friend of mine just straight up like, I guess this is a big brain move, but he like straight up dressed as like a fucking like Mrs. Doubtfire style lady. Like at the time, it was just like, very, very strange way to go about it. It's just like, oh goodness me, gonna go see this movie. And like the people behind the counter didn't give a shit because they're not paid enough to give a shit about what the fuck is going on. But they let him in, and inside his purse was just nothing but snacks. I don't know how often he did that. Legitimately, I don't know how often he did that. How you doing, Burrito? How you doing? It do be a good day. I'm painting chaos, so that's how you know it's good. Got some trim bits. Because like I've been doing a lot of like just base metal. I think for the trim I might just do like more of like a silver, something like that. Oh damn! Get your oranges. Get your oranges and get your soup. It's time to soup, Max. But yeah, definitely like rest up, y'all. Really, definitely make sure you rest up. I need to get. This guy has like minimal trim, but he does have trim. I'm gonna deal with. Little bits I need to work on. I'm gonna let him dry a wee bit. Damn, oh, you've been like hella sick then. Definitely take it easy, yo. Alright, so yeah, I got these bad boys. These guys got hella trim. These guys are like the epitome of chaos trim, so I guess I might as well just kind of hit them up. Oh yeah, because as a parent, you got the thing where it's just like the children bring the illness into the home. Yeah. I'm kind of not surprised considering that like, I feel like even for like, you know, for like elementary school and stuff like that, you're like, oh, like the children have to learn to like, you know, like don't drink after others and like wash your hands. But then you go to college, you're like, fuck it, we're all drinking this 1 cup of beer. And that's probably where like it gets sick. Oh yeah, these are the greater possessed. I got us, well, kinda. So they're mixed. They're mixed new. These are the ones that aren't in stock anymore. What happened was that like in the big mini, like I said, we did like a big bits exchange. And I found this sprue. Yeah, it's like 7th edition now. So like, this guy was just brought in his like gigantic bucket of just, of basically like a bucket of shame. And it was just like, yeah, take whatever you want. I don't give a shit. So like I grabbed the sprue because I was like, oh, cool. This is a possessed sprue. Cause like I saw this part. And I was like, yeah, that's possessed. And I just kind of assumed it was the regular possessed sprue because I didn't see it. And I was like looking up instructions online. I was like, wait a minute. Where the fuck is this fucking claw at? And it was like, oh yeah, this is the fucking greater possessed from like the Shadow Spear box, which I guess was 7th edition. No. Listen. If you're sick, stay home. Stay home. I know you want a BattleTech, but like, if you infect the rest of your BattleTech group, they're also gonna get sick, and then they're not gonna play BattleTech. Also, that's just a bad thing to do. Like, that's a thing you gotta do is, like, as an adult, you gotta own up to be like, yo, I'm sick. And then you just don't do things. That is the responsible thing to do. If you're feeling sick to the point that you've been sick for, like, a week? Oh, it's a sinus infection. Okay. At that point, you're probably fine. I mean, I guess, like, gauge how, like, snotty you are. Because, like, if you're big sniffling while, what's it called? Well, if you're big sniffling while others are trying to play at their minis, it might be a little awkward, but okay. That's not so bad then. But yeah, oh, having a sinus infection for a week though fucking sucks. It really fucking sucks. Hang in there, yo. I think I used to get sinus. Not so much anymore. I'm good. Because I don't. Yeah, I mean, you might as well, yeah. Oh, I think that's fair. I will say the nice thing about the guild, like, even though I gotta like work from home during the big cold, at least I don't have to drive and all this shit, which is nice. I know some people are just like, yeah, no, fuck it, you got to show up to work anyway. I don't care if the roads are like incredibly dangerous. Fuck you. That's terrible behavior. How you doing, son? How you doing? Sinus. But yeah, how you doing, son? Now that I'm not dying of puns, I'm working on my Saturnine Praetor. How you doing, Necro Player? Welcome. How you doing? Don't worry, I am still working on the guy. These are my backup models when I'm waiting for some bits to dry. Just getting a little bit of trim. Oh my god, this guy's got so much fucking trim. How you doing, Joof? How you doing? Let me get this like a little bit of trim. I definitely need some more. I got my wall ready to party. Also, just because I've been home, I was able to get like my big restock of like gamers. Just because I was running low. But I also do need to drink some water before I explode. Ah, big stretchy. I forget if it's still snowing, but definitely it's like really snowy and icy where I'm at. Like I will be working from home tomorrow at the guild because of that. Yeah, dude, you got a couple of areas where like gunmetal gray. Like a couple. Silver is probably two. Dark aluminum though. Yeah, I think we were gonna be hit like pretty badly, but it's like pivoted a little bit. Like it's still bad. Like it's still not great. And I live in a state where if there's like any snow, let alone ice, it becomes like fucking hell to drive in. So I'm not going outside anytime soon. God, hang in there, yo. Having like no immune system fucking sucks. It's gonna be like a slightly more silvery appearance for like this trim and whatnot. Usually I do gunmetal for this trim, but I'm already doing a lot of gunmetal for like the bits, so I think like a slightly brighter metal do a lot of work. Yippee! Ah, that would do it. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it's snowing pretty bad right now, but like I don't think I'm getting it as bad as some other regions, and I'm hanging in. I'm doing good. My metric of is snow bad is not like how bad the roads are, it's like do I have power? Winter storms. Yeah, that does seem to happen a lot where Alaska gets like pretty nice. Yeah, right now it's like it's kind of, I think it's like basically like a section of the US is just like fucked up, and then there's a lot of places there's like, oh yeah, no, it's like, pretty nice. Maybe not like the warmest weather ever, but like not terrible. That's just kind of that inherent dichotomy is kind of funny. Shopping carts are fun. Oh, that sounds. It's a really chilly work just to do that. Oh, I have not bothered to pull out anything. I figured like my driveway is entirely covered in snow, and I'm just gonna leave it like that for a little bit. Because I at least for me, I don't have any expectation to be at the guild directly tomorrow. I will be able to do it remote, and that would be great. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out into the madness. Oh, this chunky boy, he is he's from the Saturnine Praetor. He's from the Saturnine box. He is the Praetor. But because I'm doing word bearers, especially, I'm kind of like, I really like the idea of the direct continuation from my my like Slanesh tainted word bearers, and then also like my Horus Heresy guys. I'm kind of going with the idea that this dude in particular is from like eventually, like I don't have like a direct model of his from the for my like future 40k stuff. That's something I could do. Where it's like, the nice thing about the Saturnine box is like you can't actually just order the individual models for like relatively cheap. You used to be able to. Maybe at this point the box has been out long enough that I'm curious how much a Saturnine Praetor would cost. Like it would be kind of neat to take pieces of him and like I have a Lucius that I've done nothing with. And just kind of be like just kit bash them together, be like, yo, yeah, this is my Lucius now. Like this is him early on and then later on would just be like the mix of him just like fully like this is him as like a Chaos Lord without really like having the knowledge to know what a Chaos Lord is super much at this point in the Heresy. And then later would just be him just like full on warband leader, just like put a bunch of speakers where those are at. Not quite full Daemon Prince progression, but a similar enough idea of like moving from just like a guy. I mean, now Praetors are big deals and everything, but they're still not like named characters or like warband leaders necessarily. Oh, if you gotta walk, definitely take it easy, yo. So much is like if I go to eBay, Saturnine Praetor. How much is Saturnine Praetors going? They're going for, oh, they've gone back up. Okay, Saturnine Praetors are like now $50 now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, you could get. Oh, no, never mind. I was like, you could get them for cheaper, but sometimes it'll be like, this is from Canada. The model is $40, but the price for his shipping is an additional $22. Aren't you say models like to explode? Maybe. So like. There's a lot of factors going into what that could possibly be, so I'm gonna ask for some clarification. Are these ones? Okay? So yeah, if you prepare models poorly, they will have resin pockets, and this is where it's like, I don't know much about the 3D printing provider that they chose because I print my own models. Like maybe they're bad and they're leaving in some resin pockets. None of my official sculpts have detonated. But I also do like, I do like repairing and like checking my prints and stuff before I actually like do, print them out. So like if it turns out that the ones that who for people, if people who order the STLs, like not STLs, if the people who ordered the fully printed models for them are having resin issues, that is really unfortunate. That really fucking sucks. But if people printing at home, that is like, not that like a good like processed model could like. I think Sultanate models in particular had some like really weird sculpting issues early on that I believe they fixed. I believe they fixed that later. I mean, you might as well. Like, what are you thinking for the old world? Like, do you have like a specific faction in mind, or are you just kind of like shopping around? Because I know like Warriors of Chaos are pretty easy because like you can kind of use really because like I know like Warriors of Chaos, Skaven, really anything that kind of like I know they kind of mitigated the amount of cross pollination with Age of Sigmar, but there's still a decent amount if you know where to look. And like, I think Skaven are probably still relatively cheap just to get like a fuckload of clan rats and whatnot. And that might be nice if you want to like rebase them and just kind of like use them for the old world. I know that's like a relatively common thing. Keep picking cool models with trim, and it makes me the big sad. Gotcha. I don't know what the release schedule for those is like, so I don't know if like how much you want to wait, but like if you think you can wait, you might as well. You could also like depending on where you're at, like if you're playing at a G-Dub store, 3D printing might not be like a viable option, but if you aren't, you could also probably do that. Like that'd be a solid enough alternative. Just find someone on Etsy doing some like cool prints or whatever. One page rules has a lot of like armies that would work for that. The little molecular bonding studs. I think these are bonding studs. I know these are for like the power fists, but I know typically these kind of little bumps are for the bonding studs. It could be a weird choice for a Saturnine guy because like they are like super heavily armored and a lot of molecular bonding studs is kind of for like real like roughshod bullshit. There's probably some more reason for these. I don't know, or they just look cool. The bonding stud look is kind of definitely like a hair. I know it's like it extends into modern 40k to some degree, but it's definitely like one of those looks like this is a very heresy sort of thing to have. Like, I still got the fucking axe, but I think I'm gonna just wait and try to get this guy as good as I can get him before that happens. Alright, look at you. Look at you, spicy lad. Yeehaw, let's go. Definitely. I also know that, like, I need to do I'm due for another one of those, sit down, watch, like, a Red Letter Media video, and just, alcohol bath on my, paintbrushes. It's been a bit since I've done one of those. It's definitely like a time. It's definitely time for that. Let's start hitting up the. Oh yeah, shit. This is one of my newer Rosemary Company ones. I shouldn't have, like, mixing them with metallics has kind of fucked their shit up. But like, it's, you know, if I need to order some more, probably not the world. I'm very stingy with my brushes. I tend to hold on to them for a while, so if they can like last a decent amount of time. Oh shit, yeah. I think it was our disruption field generators. Shit, you're right. Good point, good point, good point. Yeah, Ogres are pretty legit. I don't know what, like, the allying ability of, like, old world stuff is like. You could also use them for, like, a different system, too. Like, you could do, like, the OPR regiments or whatever. And I think OPR is, like, a lot less stringent on ally rules. Mostly just because I don't think allies give you, like, I mean, I'm sure there's, like, a thing where they, like, depending on how you ally stuff, might give you some mechanical gameplay advantages, but I don't think it's, like, quite as bad as, like, those, like... I never played them directly, but I've been aware of like, when I was especially, like, on TG, and they would talk about, like, the, like 6th and 7th edition 40k, that, like, era where, like, Imperial Soup was a thing, where it's like, oh, okay, is this an Imperial thing? Is that good? We're putting it into this list. And you would just get these, like, weird... It's kind of weird, though, because also the soup lists do honestly read a lot like... A lot of soup lists would read how it does in the lore, where it's not just like, they're just the Space Marines and no one else are fighting. But yeah, you get a little bit of, like, Space Marines, some Guard, in theory, but you'd also just get, like, the best of the best. So you get, like, really weird lists that are just, like, chunking around. Oh, that's true, yeah, you could just go Cathay and then just, like, have Ogre Mercs. I forgot that they do have a very strong Merc culture. Once again, like Warhammer Fantasy is like one of those things I'm not super knowledgeable about. So yeah, no, that is real though. I do remember that. This guy's got like little sides, which I'll have to figure out. First things first, I want to make sure I get as much. Get all these little metal braces and stuff. He's looking pretty legit so far though. Our tank. I think that's fair. Like, conceptually, I don't know. It's once again, it's tricky though, because then people will be like, yeah, I'm gonna bring like the biggest big dick guard tank every time I play Space Marines, and just happen to have the big dick guard tank kind of negate all my weaknesses. And it's like, oh no, actually, the problem. These should be red. That's going to eventually glow. I want these to glow. Got some like cabling on this. Like very shallow cabling though, which is fine. Usually something like this would have a bit more depth to it, but like right now it's like pretty lax. I wonder why these aren't accentuated as much. They can't bring. You know, also fair point. Fair point. I mean, do they though? Like, I know you can bring knights. I know a lot of chaos armies in particular like shore up some of their weaknesses with a chaos knight. Do imperial people really ever bring knights outside of like lore reasons or like for fluff? Like I do know like Kyo brings them for imperial agents as like a way to kind of add a bit more firepower, because that faction's lacking a bit there. I don't know if that's like pretty universal for like, I mean, they're not Marines either necessarily. Me continue to rinse these out because I can see a little bit of trim around like that little gauntlet. Plus, yeah, we have a lot. We're gonna have a lot of red to touch up on as well. It's fine. It's fine. Legion Imperial. Oh, that'd be cool. That's kind of why I want to do the what's it called, the fucking like the 13th Company Space Wolves, because yeah, I could run them as both, which would be kind of fun. I really like I don't think I have it formally documented out, but in my brain I have like what I affectionately call the Torment Nexus in my own head, which is just like the way all of my various armies connect. As in, like, oh yeah, I could play, like, take this model from this game, and it'll very likely slot into some other bullshit. And I think about that. I've never, like, detailed it out. I would like to one of these days, though. I would like to detail the like. I think I just got the Torment Nexus from that. There was like a post about like these scientists have created this author has created the Torment Nexus, a cautionary tale about like not doing this horrible thing. And it's like, tech company, we've made the Torment Nexus from the hit book. Do not make the Torment Nexus. I think just the idea of like the name of that's really funny. I don't know why I decided to apply it to like my big tangled army web, but as one does. Oh yeah, they have to have something similar to the Torment Nexus Dark Eldar. Absolutely. That would be a funny way to shore up, like, I don't know, just to add like another. Then again, Imperials don't really need more Primarch numbers. Like, you know, they have less that are uncorked right now, but they do have more. I'm legitimately curious what the like next Primarch is going to be. I would love to see a new Chaos one, but also, like, you know, we just got Fulgrim, so like, That's how you doing, Muckrin? Welcome. How you doing? I'm working on the lad, and the lad is turning out legitimately pretty good. A lot of trim and highlight. Not really, no highlights. I'm not at the highlight stage quite yet. Basically, just oops all trim because chaos. Well, this isn't even a chaos model. I mean, it's a chaos model, but it was not made to be a chaos model. I would like a Jagadai comeback. That'd be legit. Yeah, it's so like I'm kind of hoping Purdy too. Weirdly, like here's the thing. I really like Lorgar. I know Lorgar's alive and a Daemon Prince, and he's like been fucking. It's really weird. Just like it's like you guys kind of know that thing that like 40k fans will like latch onto a piece of lore from a meme and just kind of hold on to that. It did become one. There's still that little bit where people are like, yeah, Lorgar ain't doing shit because fucking Korax is just out there being a bird. It's like, no, he's been in the Imperium Nihilus just like fucking shit up for a while, for at least like 3 like, you know, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So like he technically has a presence where if they wanted to make a Lorgar model, it would be ready to go. I kind of hope I'd actually kind of rather them do an Erebus instead, weirdly enough. But the thing is, like, they're really not that big of rivals. Like, it's just that one bit. Like, there was the bit in Istvan where Lorgar did get his shit slapped by Korax. But that's also, like Lorgar, prior to becoming, like, really, really full-on chaos, like prior to that, he was not like you know, he was like I don't know how to keep Roku word bearers. I love the word bearers. I'm number one, not number one word bear defender. I'm sure there's other people who have that title, but like legitimately, like, you know, Lorgar was like Gilliman, where like Gilliman's not a terrible person in a fight, but like every other Primarch basically kicks Gilliman's ass because he's a logistics guy. Lorgar was a, like, you know, he was a preacher. He did get, like, he was slow on the compliance thing, but the planets he got, he got them. He got their shit. No, I don't have an Erebus Mini. I want one. I know I could get, like, a proxy or a 3D print, but I kind of one day, like, weirdly want the official Erebus Mini. It comes with Corphaeron, who I'm kind of like, he's fine. Actually, I'm going to think of it. Corphaeron's kind of a bitch. Like, Corphaeron is so lame, unfortunately. But he comes bundled with Corphaeron, so it's like I have to get both, and I don't want to. How you doing, Mittens? And also, hi, King Roku. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. But yeah, but anyway, I like Lorgar. I think he's cool. I think Purdy would be a better fit to come back to 40k as a mini. Like, I think Lorgar's neat. I like him better as like a lore figure than like a power level wargaming piece, if that makes any sense. I think he's a very, very neat character, you know? Yeah. In world. Hey, worldies are cool, to be fair. Hell yeah. Hey, how you doing, Mint Lorgar funds? I appreciate that. Well, money will be going to new model stuff, which I'm a little worried about, Because every time I keep hearing anything about my current like rigging mama, I think she's still MIA, which is like, okay, not good. That's not good. I hope she's fine. That kind of happened to my last the artist for the like original live 2D HOW. Because originally I had they changed their name like through. They used to go by Eve, but they changed their name a couple times. So I don't remember what they were before they just kind of like fell off the face of the earth. Yeah. The thing is, like, he definitely was the weakest Primarch, I think, in a fight for a while. No, actually, I think probably Alpharis and Omegon would probably fucking job to them in terms of just like a pure fight. But then afterwards, you know, he got that chaos juice and was like taking Titan blasts and whatnot, which I was like, this is kind of dumb, but whatever. I'm in terms of like the youth, what the youth say, I'm very anti like power scaling. I hate that shit. I've been online long enough that like when we're like, oh, Goku could beat this character in a fight just makes my blood boil. Which at the same token, I hate it when people who are into 40k go into other people's stuff and are like, yeah, my setting would kick your setting's ass. Like, yeah. Like, obviously, like, no shit. That's not the point. Different settings are good for different things. And like, also, I'm gonna be real. If we want to name settings that could beat 40k, I know some. Like even it's like fucking the Meta Barons had like bombs that blew up galaxies. They didn't give a fuck because it was a weird French comic. And fuck yeah, let's go. But like God, I hate power scaling stuff. I hate it so much. It's dumb as shit. It's the dumbest shit. Because also, once again, that deep down, we all really know that like power level fights are never about the power level. It's about which one you like more. It's always like a which one do you like more. And then you'll go out of your way. You'll use any source. You could be like this writer's a hack writer, and every time he makes a character, he's stupid. But then if like a power level argument comes up, they'll be like, no, this writer said that Lorgar he's got like a super cool laser. And if you hit your guy with a super cool laser, he super dies. Yeah, it's true. I read it, and it was in the Aurelian. I actually have not read the Aurelian yet. I've read Betrayer, and then also the first Heretic. I have not got around to reading Aurelian yet. Though I'm currently doing Galaxy in Flames, and I'm just like, it's such a weird book because it's so obviously about the Istvan betrayal. It obviously is, and it's like it's kind of like, okay. Like, have you ever heard somebody tell a long joke and you know what the punchline is, but like they still want to tell the joke? That's kind of what the Istvan kind of like drop site massacre. No, this is not drop site massacre. This is the virus bombing. Hey, doing, Minita? How you doing? Talk about 40k power scaling and how I hate it, but also like I know it's gonna happen. Just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. When's it happen? When's everything gonna go to shit? I read Erebus is a little bitch. Nah. I would argue out of all the books I've ever read where Erebus is in it, I think the closest I would come to him being a little bitch is Betrayer. And that's just because Karn beats the shit out of him. But like otherwise, not really. Erebus has a lot of agency and he gets a lot of stuff done. Like, people meme on him because they don't like him, and that's fair, because he kills a lot of characters people like. But, like, no, he's doing a lot. He's legitimately, like, constantly winning in the Heresy. Like, straight up. Like, no contest, Erebus is, like... When I say winning, I mean, like, once again, like, this isn't a power level thing. Erebus has a goal, and he does the goal, and it succeeds. Like, he's doing a lot of that kind of shit. He's doing plans that work. I don't know if I'd say he's like a little bitch. Yeah, like you're allowed to hate him, but like man's got the work ethic. He's putting in the work, you know. Halo Spark again. It's like, yeah, God, that was the kind of argument I'd see a lot more ages past, back when like I know Halo still has fans, but like back when Halo had more like cultural capital, where it was like a more active like. Halo has fans, but they're like very nostalgic fans. Like, man, I remember when Halo was good. You know, I'm acting like they're ancient. I was playing Halo. At friends' houses, but I was playing Halo when Halo was newer. But it was like, let's go. Here, I have to do the trim on this because I'm bleeding in. I think I just covered the entire back with the blue. Ooh, first Heretic is pretty good. In theory, you could read No Fear before it, but I actually don't think you need to. No Fear is when the betrayal on Calth happened, and like there's some stuff that gets referenced, but not in a big deal. But yeah, Betrayer's a pretty fun read. Betrayer's a pretty fun read. I think the first Heretic is better, but it's you know, it's fun seeing Karn and Argel Tall just kind of chill. They're fun lads to see together. 6-star and a 1 pool. Oh, is that the new, there's a Arc Knights sequel game that I'm vaguely aware of. I was not like an Arc Knights dude, so I don't know. I don't know much what's going on with Arc Knights, but good shit. Yippee. Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, also true. To be fair, like a Primarch without armor is still kind of a Primarch outside of like maybe, let's say like maybe Angron is built a little different. The fact of winter, yeah, it's called girl. I mean, technically, I believe whenever power level arguments were done back in my era, Demon Bane was always the one that was cited as the like, this is the strongest thing ever. I think Demon Bane does beat Gurren Lagann because Demon Bane is like some really weird like I think it's that thing where it's like Demon Bane is like partially or fully Azathoth from like you know, the Lovecraft mythos. It's a lot of. I will also read it in Sigurd. How you doing? I will fully admit that I have not read Demon Bane. Really, there's a lot of the like foundational visual novels that I've been meaning to read forever. I never got around to reading Fate Stay Night. I should. I have Type Moon fans who are like friends of mine, and they're like, "How? What the fuck? What the fuck, dude?" I started to read Subahibi like a little bit ago. Oh no, was this like that was like Christmas 2024 into 2025. So like a year ago, I was starting to read Subahibi, and I forget why I stopped. Chuck Norris is a fun one too. That's also not a bad choice. It's a Doomslayer. No, Doomslayer's overhyped. But also like, you know, it's another thing. It's like Doomslayer wins because you like Doomslayer. That's how every power level argument is. You like a faction, yeah, they're gonna win. Yeah, giant, yeah, exactly. Giant robot on top of the galaxy. It's hard to beat. There's different ways. Yeah, exactly. I would like to see. I know there's a Word Bearer's character that doesn't show up until later in the Heresy because like I forget why. Because at some point in the Heresy, I know Lorgar tries to basically become Horus, and Horus doesn't like that and kind of like kicks him out of the Crusade. Kicks him out of Heresy, but there's still like it's God, what's his name? It's the guy with the blade slaves. I can't remember his name. He's like a cool Word Bearer's wizard dude. A Word Bearer blade slaves. There we go. Oh, Acanthus Cull. No, sorry, no, fuck, no, Zardu Layak. What the fuck is the other guy popping up there? Okay. I actually do really like this guy. I really like this guy and his lads. They are very, very cool models. And I know he's like, I forget if he's actually in a story. There we go, this guy. I forget if he's actually in a story or if he's entirely like a black book creation. Him and his unit look really cool. Oh, was it lost? Okay, so I need to get around to that one at some point, but also. Yeah, because basically once Lorgar kind of got written out of Heresy, they needed some like Word Bearers rep, and it kind of became him. And I believe he died in the Siege of Terra, but he summoned like 2 great demons, like greater demons. So like, he went out with a bang, which is a, you know, cool guy move. Yippee! Side stuff. Yeah, good old Zardu. It's a shame that like Horus Heresy models are expensive. Hey guys, don't look at the price. These are 3 resin models that were made years ago. How many dollary dues do you think these guys are? I'm not gonna tell you an amount. I'm not gonna tell you amount. We're gonna go by Price is Right rules. All right, we got 120, we got 130. I'm gonna wait to see if anyone on YouTube has a $1. Okay, do 90. All right, that's enough answers. So the price is $114. So Shark Ray, you win. What the fuck, G-Dubs? Why are you like this? They're apparently in stock, which is kind of buck wild. But like, yeah, fuck. No, they're 114. It's just that everybody else busted. Everybody else busted. So you won by that. You gave an exact number, and didn't bust. But yeah, no, it's legitimately crazy. It's so like, Heresy stuff is in this weird spot where it's like, Forge World was expensive because they were kind of like older resin, sort of like very limited run models. And like a lot of times G-Dubs doesn't even keep them in production very much now. So it's just kind of like really unfortunate. I think still it's a like if you're talking about like buy brand new from the shop, I believe it's still one of the Titans. You still can buy, I believe, Warhound Titans. I don't think you can get Emperor class ones anymore. You can get the body, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how expensive it was like a couple of years ago, but it's definitely gone up. Yeah, so I think you can still buy Titans, and I think by definition Titans have to be like the most expensive thing that you can actively buy from G-Dubs. But that's assuming they're even there. I legitimately haven't checked in a while to see if they're still in stock or not. It's like that. Those are. I imagine they will just keep remaking because every now and then some guy will like win the lottery or he'll get his like dream, like dream job and has like. I know, like I'm not somebody who has ever had like $1,000 to freely throw around. Like I know I've gotten like VTuber models and stuff, but those are always kind of been like, yeah, no, this is for like a thing that I need, and I save up for it, and it's always kind of been like a big purchase. But there are some people that's like, you know, fuck it, I want a Titan, and they just do it. Or maybe they do save up for the Titan, and it's like a big purchase for the year. But yeah, the Manta. I don't think I sold the Manta in a while, though, to be fair. But yeah, that's also a good choice. For why is this thing so fucking expensive? So I'm adding the oxide now because eventually I would like to do the dry brushing on the lad, and then probably continue into the nitty gritty details and like other things I need to touch up and whatnot. How you doing, Boundary? How you doing? Oh yeah, no, that makes total sense because like something that I just don't think it's really easy to like really comprehend is that every Titan is made of resin. And I also have to imagine that like Titans already explode in transit like regular style. If you're moving like across states, unless you're strapping that baby into a car seat and you're driving it across several states, God forbid you move different countries, it's probably just better just to cut your losses and sell them. Because like, yeah, it's like they're going to be like one bump is going to reduce them to powder. How you doing, Pig? How you doing? Welcome. I'm doing good. I'm working on my Horus Heresy lad, and currently oxidizing the ever-living fuck out of him. As one do. Yeah, there's a lot of models that get put. I saw there's another guy on Twitter who got kind of like big representation for doing I think it was a brass scorpion. I forget if it's a greater brass scorpion or a regular brass scorpion, but it was like a brass scorpion seatbelted in, and that brings me joy. I love seeing a model seatbelted. That's pretty great. Oh yeah, no valid. Listen, like G-Dub things are expensive, but they're not fucking like my heart goes out to Aussies and the fact that like everything is like fucking ludicrously expensive down there. For specific, I mean, probably in general, but like Games Workshop minis in particular, just like, oh god, why? But yeah, keep the industry. They really do. Like there was it's like one of those things that like I don't recall if this like, I'm pretty sure this is one of those like, this is technically a conspiracy theory, but like I would believe it. That there was a point in time because of like the lack of like the ability to get like, a reason that like G-Dubs is kind of like okay doing a lot of limited boxes and FOMO stuff is because like they don't really, for a while, they didn't really give a shit about getting new players because they couldn't meet production demand for new players. So they would just sell a bunch of expensive shit and hope whales kind of like latch on for collector's item reasons. I don't think that really holds up as well, considering that now that there's like a whole onslaught of Warhammer video games. Mind you, there's still stuff that sells out and you just don't get to see it ever again. Sometimes shit just takes fucking forever. I remember I think it was Headless got me Christmas gift, and I just don't think G-Dubs ever got the model back in stock. I mean, I agree, but also it's also kind of a lot like Magic, where it's like the idea of just moving from like big release to big release that just kind of instantly sells out. Because like, you know, you don't have to store that shit. That's pretty good for your profit margins then. People will just like scoop it up. The sales are basically instant. And like, does that hurt like the long-term health of your game potentially? At least 40k is not as bad as Magic, where it's like, you know, eventually there's enough Marines for everyone. But like, if like cards just don't, like, you just can't buy the Edge of Eternity set because they had like one print run, and the reprint runs that would normally happen got absorbed by the Final Fantasy set. So it's just like, well, I guess we're gonna get fucked. Oh, they are very close though. I fully agree that because like, you know, they occupy similar production levels and like kind of like real estate within the industry as Magic. So yeah, that's not a bad comparison to compare them to. I think they just get slightly more leeway because you can kind of like, especially a lot of the FOMO stuff is like technically not necessary. I mean, there is shit that like sells out that it would be nice to get for like Heresy stuff and whatnot, you know? Oh, they have Mars pattern. Okay. Oh, but they're out of stock. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Realistically, I don't see the Mars pattern ever coming back. I don't think the Mars pattern will ever come back. I think like, I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. I think it's much more likely that like they're just gonna leave that as like forever sold out, and then eventually just quietly delist it from the site. And I don't think Titans are ever going to be a thing where they're like, oh, plastic Titans. I don't. Okay, I got a little bit on the ass. That's fine. I'll touch up that ass later. This as well. Yeah. You're just missing. Oh, same. I'm torn because like when they're out of stock, I yearn, but when they're in stock, I'm like, damn, they expensive. Like, I would love a proper thing of Gal Vorback and Argel Tull and whatnot, but I also don't want to spend $200. I don't want that, you know? Warhounds, I could maybe see them doing plastic. I could maybe see a plastic Warhound, but I still think that's like very unlikely. Because like also too, the fantasy of a Titan has, you know, there is an outlet now. There is an outlet for the fan, because like prior to Titanicus and like Legion Imperialis and whatnot, if you want to be like, oh, Titans are a lore thing, I want to feel the Titan, you know, you had to spend a shitload of money, and now you really don't. Like, you really don't got to do that anymore. So with that case in point, they're like, why, like, you know, is there any real need to ever bring that back to 40k scale? A model that's probably expensive to make and will just sit in a warehouse until maybe like one guy, like, you know, basically like remortgages his house and buys one. Like, business-wise, that doesn't make a huge amount of sense. And if they want you to buy a Titan, you just, you know, they'll just buy Titanicus, and then you can buy a Titan, and it'll be like a thing that they could reasonably keep in production, maybe. A Warhound in plastic probably is like not that crazy, but I think still very unlikely. Like, that would still be very expensive. Like, what was it like a Warhound like in resin like $800? I could be wrong on that, but I vaguely recall it was like 800. Quite a bit. There we go. Yeah, basically I'm like kind of thickly putting on the oxide because I'm going to be doing some like dry brushing of some metal. I'm going to let them dry a wee bit though. Specifically a hitter camel. I feel like at that point they would just make them one. But yeah, probably like you need that kind of money. I also will say the G-Dubs is at least like making an attempt to get like a factory back online. I will say that. I mean, I think I'm just gonna leave the weapon alone. Work on this guy. No, actually, okay. I will work on the weapon. I don't think I'm going to be doing much more weapon work tonight because I'm going to work on the other shit. It's like, they are building another factory, so that's cool. The bat situation's been taken care of. So it's like, okay, I mean, if they keep that up, maybe they'll get some stock back. That'll be cool. It would also be interesting to see if like Warhammer World US kind of becomes like, I have to imagine that they're like, you know, if they haven't moved production out of the UK already, like would a US branch really help? Maybe. Like if they made like a US factory that only catered to like, you know, releasing models for the US, that might potentially be a nice thing for their bottom line. I don't know if they want to though. I don't know if they really want to that much. But yeah, probably just a body, yeah. But yeah, I don't know if those will ever come back in stock. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen either. I'm mostly just curious to see what Warhammer World US looks like. I imagine it's going to be a lot smaller, like, you know, like less cool. It's going to be less cool than the UK one. Like, I don't think anyone's like doubting that. But I still want it to be cool. I still want it to be neat. I still very, you know, big asterisk want to attempt to do my Warhammer World / Vexpo combo event in, I think it's September is when Vexpo is. So like, I'm still very lightly planning for that. Still very, very, very lightly. I might have some medical stuff I need to pay for beforehand though, which is making that very questionable. But I want to. I really want to go. I really, really want to go. Also, I've never been outside the U.S. I think it'd be fun just to be outside the U.S. Just like, I think that would just be good for me as a person to leave the country at least once. You know, I think that would be a nice thing to do, just for my brain. Oh yeah, I think realistically that like if they made a U.S. factory, I don't think it would make the prices cheaper. I think it would just make more stock in the U.S. I could not like. Have you guys like heard that like, you know, a lot of like the like GPU and like RAM prices are going up, and like, listen, I'm rooting for the downfall of like a lot of AI stuff like the rest of people, like, you know, but like there is a very deluded kind of person like when all this is said and done, all the prices are gonna go cheaper. Like, no, you don't. Buddy, have you? That's not how it's gonna work. I don't think fucking OpenAI is gonna bust and it's gonna create like the land of milk and honey for computer parts. Like I was around for crypto stuff and NFTs. Like when I say around, those, you know, on the internet. I did not own either of those. Fuck that. But like once that stopped really becoming a thing, stuff didn't get cheaper. You know, it really didn't get cheaper. Yeah, I don't even know if the economy will last that long. I hope so. Because like once again, in a Mad Max world, I don't live. I don't live. Like it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Like if the U.S. fully collapses and whatnot, that's why I'm a little iffy about like I think the America does questionable shit, but I don't want it to fall because I will die. I will absolutely die in a fallen America. I would not survive. I don't got the resources to hunker down in the meantime. I don't know how to fire a gun. I don't know how to scavenge for food. I don't think in the theoretical like Mad Max USA, I don't think anyone's like really jonesing for a DM. I would love if that was incorrect. If I could be like, please feed and shelter me, I will run tabletop RPGs. I will even run 5th edition, please. I'm so hungry. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe, probably not. Oh, Thousand Titans and carrier ships. Oh god, yeah. I would like the lunchbox though. The Mastodon is what I just call the lunchbox because it's I don't know why. I'm not even a big tank dude. Like I think tanks are neat, but like I'm not like a guard player. Like I'm not that into tanks. But I see the Mastodon, which is like a gigantic fuck off space marine tank that is pretty much the size of a lunchbox, and I'm like, ooh, like, lad. The card works. that might like, you know, if everything falls apart, that might as well be my life. I don't know what other options I have. Yeah. Because it's like it's that thing that the joke about like, hey, if a meteorite was coming to your house, what would you do? And it's like, I guess I just die then. Because yeah, no, that's yeah. It's not really a plan, that's just kind of a reality. There we go. Give it to cults. Well, once again, like, I fully believe that, like, you need to have a very specific brain to be a cult leader. Like, there is a cult, like, almost like a recipe. Like, you do need someone who's, like, failed at life, and you're like, a VTuber, check, sure. But, like, there's a lot of like a specific mindset. Like, it's weird. So it's like, in order to be like a good cult leader, you need to be like both like very empathetic, but also don't really regard your fellow people, your fellow man. So like, you need to be able to take somebody who's like, I'm vulnerable, my life is in shambles, and then you're like, I have all the answers, and then also maybe suck my dick, because like, you know, basically most cult leaders kind of go back to dick sucking. Not all the time. Marshall Applewhite didn't, but like otherwise, a lot of them do. A lot of them do, you know. So like, I don't think I would like. I don't think I'm built to be a cult leader. Legitimately, I don't think I'm built for it. I don't think I have the like the brain chemistry and the like technically, like, I just don't think I have it in me to do that. And it's not like I'm like negging myself like, oh man, I don't got what it takes. Like, no, how you would be a great cult leader, but no, it's just not. I realistically, if you want me to like spit like real true facts, I think the closest we're going to see to VTuber cult leaders already exist, and they are those VTubers that are like, so like, I don't necessarily find anything like entirely like immoral about the GFE experience, kind of like the GFE VTubers. But I'm talking those ones that like, you know, like the ones that like kind of like do the real like, haha, I'm a smelly neat fail girl. Also, I'm racist, and then they kind of form like a really strong cult of personality around them. And then, like, you know, it becomes like a big money thing, and then, you know, they go crazy and everything implodes. I think that is the closest to a cult VTuber I've seen, because that pattern does tend to rise a lot. It follows very similar kind of like trajectories of cults. Like, that sounds stupid, but like legitimately it does kind of have like a lot. It's like, it might not be a proper like religious cult, but it follows, basically it has the same ingredients of the cult recipe. It's just served differently. That makes any sense, you know? What? Hey, that's I'm glad I'll get some sleep, but I'm glad you stopped by, yo. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think those are the ones we're going to get the closest to cults. Charisma that works if you're dumb enough to reason. Yeah, no, that's legitimately it. It's like there's like a level of like a lack of shame, but also being like deeply self-conscious. And it's weird because like it's one of those things that'd be like, you know, we've seen enough cults. So technically somebody was like, I want to build one from scratch. Like, the foundations are there. There are multiple books and documentaries and like fucking like interviews for people from cults. But it does require, like, I also just think a lot of the mechanics that led to, like, certain, like, very visible big cults don't really exist. Like, I think, like, like, that's kind of what I said about, like, the whole VTuber. I think, like, micro, like, cults that kind of, that aren't really religious cults, but operate on similar principles that just kind of, like, spontaneously activate. I think those are real, and I think those kind of are more of a thing that makes sense in the age we live in than like a Jim Jones or like a Rocktario or an Om Shinrikyo kind of thing. I think those are like way more like kind of things that slot into the way like the internet and religion kind of works nowadays. And like there are still cults, you know, but like, you know, different. I think a lot of them are different animals, unless they are unfortunately targeting older people, you know. Oh, I guess yeah, Cabal is one too, but listen, Cabal's a nice guy. Cabal's legitimately a nice guy. All right, I'm back. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, Cabal's one of those people that like I have not really super interacted with heavy, but he seems like a cool dude. Also, once again, Thousand Suns player. Hell yeah, let's go. For me, I don't think it's I actually legitimately don't think it's a what am I doing thing. Because like realistically, a lot of them would continue to do their sort of thing until for like the end of time. What happens is that like they basically unfortunately create like they will just kind of inevitably detonate, because the thing is about like creating one of those kind of like soft cults of like kind of like girlfriend boyfriend thing is you do kind of create like a bunch of people who like, you know, are like very loyal to you and are willing to give you money. But the thing is, it's like even regular GFE streamers have that thing where it's like you got to balance it, like this is you know, this is an act, this is a service we're putting on, and some people take that like really really real. And that, you know, that inevitably leads to people exploding. And then like, you know, like you might burn like up, like there might be a thing where like, you know, the GFE person has like a mod that is like not dating them, but really wants to, and still is like, you know, doing all the mod stuff and assumes that like being a mod will get them closer to the GFE. And I'm not even one of those people that like every female VTuber is a GFE streamer. I don't think that's true. I really don't. GFE streamers are really specific inventions. Like, you know, people, you might be like, hey, this female VTuber is nice and I want to kiss her on the mouth. Some people think that and they're like, okay, but that's not like a GFE thing. That's a very, very, very specific thing, you know? I mean, to be fair, Chaos is a really fun faction that gives you a lot of like fun creative stuff, which would make sense for like weirdos like me and Cabal and whatnot. I think realistically what happens is that you inevitably piss off people the longer you do the GFE, like the really extreme GFE, the one where it becomes like legitimately like a very specific job. And a lot of the people like who are running those aren't like particularly smart. Like, I do think there is like a level of finesse you need to become like a suitable GFE streamer. And like some people got the chops for it, a lot of people don't. And unfortunately, I actually think the ones that don't got the chops tend to actually make a lot more money because, like, you know, they don't set boundaries. There's no, like, what's it called? You basically the things that lead to you getting a lot of money and attention are things that will eventually cause you to fucking, like, explode, you know? Yeah, I don't recall Death Blossom. I remember a couple like ones. I think the only one I really super know, I don't remember her whole story, but there's a VTuber named Gunpie, and like I watch her streams a little bit, and she used to raid me every now and then. But there was like kind of like a whole thing that like at some point something big happened to her. I think there was like maybe a boyfriend got involved. I don't remember. Shish kebab. That sounds delicious. But yeah, it's like stuff like that does happen. I think there was another one that was like another one of those like, haha, I'm your VTuber girlfriend, but also I'm racist. And then I think she got exposed for like not being 100% white. That's just kind of like, you know, that's another dangerous grift. If you ever go into that grift, that's like, oh boy, that's you know, extreme powder keg. Like good luck navigating those very stupid waters. But yeah, this is like, I think those are the closest you're ever going to get to a cult. Yeah. That's like one of those things if somebody was like, hey, I'm X person, I'm half Pakistani. I'd be like, cool, that's a thing. Yeah, the elfin lady. Elfin psyop, I think. But the audience she was targeting was like very much like not cool with that kind of thing. And I don't recall like how much she believed. I know like YouTube keeps going like, hey buddy, you want to watch like an hour and a half video on her exploding? I'm like, I really don't, but there's like a very, very, very light part of me that's curious. Nightmare. Your chief to point she manipulate. Oh, that's the miss. Yeah. Once you do that thing where you start to invite people, that is where the GFE stuff gets real dangerous. But also, you know, that's the kind of thing that like when you hook someone, you could basically just turn them into like a free money pump. Like that's very real. Off of being gay and be if you want or straight. Yeah. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like stuff like that happens. Like I said, that's very like closest thing I believe we will have to a cult VTuber anytime soon. People doing dumb shit like that. But like luckily it's like a self-correcting thing where just, you know, they explode and, you know, and they go away. I'm okay with that. Yippee. It's like, once again, I'm like it's like I'm not morally upset about GFE stuff. It's just mostly just like a lot of times the people involved in it tend to go a little buck wild, and it leads to some shit. In the meantime, though, speaking of leads to some shit, take a look. I actually probably don't need to dry brush it that much more because the inevitable girlfriend experience. There's also BFE, boyfriend experience. It's like, once again, it's like one of those things where it's like sometimes people like that's their thing, you know? They make it a thing. They do that kind of like, and like sometimes it's not even like an intentional thing. How you doing, you down? How you doing? Welcome. Talking about Vtubers and cults and how like sometimes like BFE, GFE people kind of really get into that and kind of like have similar vibes, but also they detonate after a while, you know, as one does. We have male VTubers. Yeah. Also, thank you for. Oh shit, mimic mode gone. Fuck, I've returned to elf. I'm just a lad. Yeah. I mean, there definitely are BFE VTubers. I'm not one of them. You know, if you want to like, once again, it's like, you know, you think I'm cute, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Thing. Yep. But they're like, there are ones that have like, they're BFE VTubers that really are like kind of like laser targeted for like, you know, for kind of like women, and they have like a lot of like designs and content where I'm like, I'm not the target audience on this. I'm not the target audience on this. So but it's always like, oh, they're going real thick on this. All right, oh fuck yeah! Speaking about going real thick, my snake Nanners. I say that because she's a little chunky. You know, she's doing good. But yeah, Nanners is she's basically just kind of like sleeping out the winter storm. To be fair, she's basically been like sleeping out for like a week anyway. I'm expecting, based on owning her for 6 going on 7 years, probably about like mid-February she'll be out and about. And it's, you know, it's not usual. It's like, I feel bad because I want to feed her food, but she's not active, so she doesn't want to eat. So, you know, she'll get there. She'll get there when she wants to. Then, with you hit the threshold, so let me hit the button. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, we got a 3-way 6. Oh shit! Oh fuck, Oni, you are Oni no Akira. You are now the president of the official Nanners fan club. As deemed by the very, very, very tight race of 666. I'm not even doing Trench Crusade today. Yeah, you got to spend points if you want to hold your statue. If you want to hold your position. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let me get you on there as well, Shadow. Hell yeah. Oh, hold on. Is it? Oh shit. Oh fuck. Shadow's making a run. Oh fuck, I don't even have time to like, hold on, let me. There we go. Maybe copy all this. All right, we got 5. Let me know when you're done, and then I'll definitely put you in the right category because you're definitely up in senior. Oh shit, there we go. We got the overtake. Oh shit. Oh fuck. 9 points. Oh damn, everyone's getting fucking mobbed. To be fair, Shadow is a regular. Like, you know, the day that Steve decides to like nobody doesn't want me to touch grass, but instead wants me to wants to become like the Giga present for life. That's viable. There we go. And bup. All right, surprising nobody, Shadow Bangion, you are now the president of the Nanners fan club. And Oni, you're still VP. That's still pretty legit. Hell yeah. With that, let's go back to mini paint. Hey, doing Zekrill. Welcome. Thank you for the pepper dance. I have so many accessories on right now. Yippee! I like fun. Wait, was I doing Max Zoom? Yeah, actually, Max Zoom is a better fit for this. Yeah, that's my snake Nanners. I've had. Oh, how you doing, Oregon? Let me get you back in there. I've had Nanners since before I was a VTuber, not by a huge amount, but yeah, I've had her since like 2019. She's no. Yeah, 2019 is just that, like, usually the year is going to be like slightly different. But yeah, no, she's a very good ball python. She's basically, I think I forget if she's fully at 5 feet. I believe so now, and she definitely weighs like 5.5 pounds, so she's heavy. When I brought her home, she was in like a little, like basically like a little soup container, and now she is like bigger than most VTubers. A lot of VTubers are womanlets, and nanners could easily mogs them in height. So yeah. Yeah. So Ergon Shark, welcome to the freshman rank of the official nanners. Hell yeah. There we go. Yippee. Take a sip. Yeah, no, it's worth saving the points. Yeah, sometimes you got to send a message by saving the. Let's see. Okay, so we got the lad. Yeah, so like snake, I think snakes are legitimately very good pets. They don't require a huge amount of maintenance. They like a brush here and there. Get some screen. They only need fed like, you know, once a week roughly. Once a week, like early on. Oh yeah, that's that like legitimately I wanted a snake since I was 8, and then I had to wait until I became a grown man because, like, you know, at that point no one could stop me. This freaking cool. It just oh, that's it. Oh yeah, let me get the ass first real quick. Let me get the ass, and I'm considering gluing them onto the base just because that gives me a once again. I have something to grip onto, and I also can see like what places are actually going to get hit with paint. Yippee! Let's go. Illegally drinking on a pistol in 2 months. Hey, let's fucking go. Hell yeah. Don't drink while holding the pistol, but like, you know, fuck yeah. Powder. For context, I like to do the super glue, like baking soda bonds, because it makes the mini connection points really strong. Go get a little bit on there. Let's go get a little bit on there. This stuff brushes off anyway, so it's not the biggest deal. No shit. I was making a joke. You fucking goober. Make sure this bad boy fits. One of those ones is like one foot is going to have most of the glue, and the other foot's going to have it primarily on the ball. I can feel a little bit of wobble going on. Sometimes I actually put a little bit more glue around this. I think I'm gonna accidentally like clog up that too much, but that's fine. This foot. Oh, this foot then isn't necessarily sitting flush either. Fuck. On there, really, I guess I can really just... Oh, it's way too much. That's way too much. That's fine. Well, these, I know that there's like little shakers you can get. I do need to get one of those eventually, but this is, for now, it's working. It's fine. Okay, put that away, and let's go. I think with the base, I'm going to need to switch to medium zoom. That'll be fine. Let me... I forget what I did to this brush. I think I was using it for putty because it's just all fucked up. That's fine. Blow it off. So we got like a lot of it removed. And I can just like... I basically just do this directly over my carpet. It's probably not like the best move I should be doing. But like, you know, if I sweep it later, it's fine. It comes out. There we go. Look at the boy. Look at the lad. He's looking so good. That means I could also just go back and take a little bit of that brown and just kind of like dab it onto the base, and probably still give him a little bit of time to let that kind of like dry in. I could work on the... No, I still can work on the hammer. Fuck. I keep forgetting that I could just do shit with the hammer. Okay, hold on. I need to find... I have like several bad brushes that I want to make sure I use before I use my good brushes, just in case there's like a loose bit of glue. How you doing, Kyo? How you doing? Check out my Saturnine Praetor. He's been glued to his base, so he's like should be like pretty like this is also like where it's like there we go. That's why you want to do the baking soda trick, because it makes that bond strong. And like I'm not like no, I'm very clumsy actually. I'm not really dropping my minis, but I do remember like one of my Trench Crusade what's it called? My one of my Trench Crusade really useful boxes got knocked over once, and because of the way I glue all my models together with the baking soda, it actually like held on pretty well. It was actually surprisingly sturdy. So like there are benefits to this method. But yeah, how you doing? How you doing? We've been talking about Vtubers and cults and Lorgar, you know, as one does. all these subjects are related if you have eyes to see. Well, I think also there's also like a little bit on there that I can also paint all tarnish style too. Hey, let's go. Airbrushing, like I airbrush these guys like maybe like 2 hours from before stream, just to get that red on. Oh, also another. So I'm probably gonna do this next week. As like probably this is probably gonna be my Tuesday paint. So this is a Malifaux model of like the Chimera or whatever. I have mangled the fuck out of it because this is actually a line of Jabir. My line of Jabir got promoted recently, and so I got my Sultanate like little sigils on there. I bulked it out with some what's it called? Oh yeah, I like to, if the bulk models out, I like to take yeah, the Saber-Tooth Cerberus. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I'm ever going to play Arcanist, and I've had this model forever. Like, there's a while where you could just buy like Malifaux 2E boxes for like $15 on eBay. I definitely got the Marcus box. I'm like, if I play Malifaux, it won't be Arcanist, so like whatever. So yeah, I used a lot of aluminum foil to bulk out the body, and I kind of hit it with some layers of like sprue goo. What I really want to do is when that's all said and done, I want to use like the Grimdark Billis guy would take like teddy bear fur and like mix it with paint and PVA glue to make like a long stretch of hair. I want to have like a bright red streak of hair just coming out the back, just like one majestic kind of like top mane sort of dealio. So yeah, the campaign we're doing, my Lion Jabir got promoted. It was really weird. So we're doing like a slightly accelerated start. So the idea was that like every time we would do a battle, we would get 3 promotion rolls instead of 1, and then you get the usual ones for winning. So actually, like the very first combat, I ended up getting, also you get the ones for glory too. I actually ended up getting a full free promotion. And on one hand, I could have promoted my homunculi. But the tricky thing, as far as I can tell, unless they've changed this, if you promote a homunculi, they can die. Because normally if you lose a homunculi, you can just spend 40 gold and buy back all their gear, which is a really stupid good bonus. Like you could give them expensive shit and it doesn't matter. However, if you make them elites, sure they get skills and scars and whatnot. But once they get 3 scars, it's gotta go. It dies. It doesn't die by the rules of dying. It dies by like, oh, it's unfit for duty and gets sent home. And as far as I can tell, that is still accurate. And it's like, I don't want to lose my guys who are primarily there to be disposable chaff. That sounds the opposite of what I want. So yeah, sent home, aka it's like kill me. And I think basically it's like it's still got the fight in it, but it's got like it's just like, you know, it needs to be old Yeller. It needs to be old Yellard. It's just unfortunately it's just how it is. This bitch of a Sultanate. Oh, the system I'm talking about is Trench Crusade, specifically doing like campaign play. This guy's for Horus Heresy, but Horus Heresy is a game that I like to build models for, but I have not actually played a proper game of Horus Heresy yet. But I'm sure I will someday. And I know that there are people near me that every now and then play, but the funny thing, they tend to play Zone Mortalis games. Actually, no, I think you can bring these guys in Zone Mortalis now. I forget, they made some changes to that, and I forget exactly how the new Zone Mortalis stuff works, but that I might actually be able to bring this guy. That'd be fun. Oh, yeah, this guy's got his like little fucked up horn in his tube. I gotta get that going. Yeah, basically like an ego death or something like that. So yeah, I don't want to waste like a cheaper viable unit. So like the first round I was like, okay, I can give my Lineager Beer like easy promotion. So he's promoted. Oh yeah, how you doing, Silverline Chris? Legitimately. Saturnine's so good for that. What's really funny is that like the Death Guard community are like, this is Death Guard now. This is a Death Guard guy now. And there's like so many like, this is my Saturnine Daemon Prince, this is my Saturnine Chaos Lord. I actually think more Death Guard players are using Saturnine models for like 40k than anybody is using them for Horus Heresy. It's just really, really funny that way. They do look cool though. I do like the big bulky boy. Oh, you should. World of Darkness TRPGs are pretty legit. So like, it's not World of Darkness. And this is also, how are you doing, Jedi? How you doing? Also, thank you for your 51-month streak. Holy shit, let's fucking go. Hell yeah. How you doing? I'm working on my Saturnine Praetor. I got like little like, it'll be tricky because it's like I can see like little flesh bits that are kind of like poking through. I have not, no. If you want to link that would be cool. But like where am I going with that? Losing hours due to snow. Yeah, I'm not even leaving my house. Oh yeah, sure. I was about to say, this is still very much in progress. That's how you doing, Casual Maker. I'm working on the lad. But there was the VTuber friend of mine was like, hey Hal, would you be interested in running a Call of Cthulhu game? And I was just like, yes, I would. Yes. I said exactly like that, by the way. I just wanted to let you know that real, true Patriot fact check results. But yeah, so that might be happening. It's not quite World of Darkness, but just felt fun to mention. But yeah, World of Darkness RPGs are cool. I like Vampire. It's also really, really cool once you look into the like extended ones like Slasher and Deviant, and Changeling's also really nice. That one. Ooh, I have not seen that one, but I do like it. I seen one with like a gigantic demon arm and a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna follow Grub Pit. Yippee, let's go. Also, and if people would like to see my Instagram, haha, I do got one. You got an Instagram. Oh, thank you. It's super easy. Here's how you do it. I will be making a tutorial on this because Steve has wanted one forever, and I have the footage. I need to edit into a video. You paint like a turquoise. I used a Vallejo Abyssal turquoise because I got it. Layer of oxide. I've been using just Nikela oxide in a bottle because I have it, and then dry brush on a copper, which for this one is just Vallejo metal color copper. And eventually I'm going to enamel wash this, so it's going to be a bit darker, but it looks like it's going to add to it, I think. It's going to dull it down a bit, make it look a bit more worn. But yeah, it's pretty, I love this tech. I overuse it because I love it. It's so good. It's such a fun technique to do. Getting fucked up. I'm like looking at my brush collection, noticing just like how many of their tips are just shot. Yeah, it's super duper easy. It's basically base coating and then a lot of dry brushing will get you there. Really get up in there. Oh, how you doing, Sir Sebastian? How you doing? Oh yeah, I do post on the Squid Disc. Oh shit, just another. It's basically too late. I keep forgetting that fucking Blue Sky now has the feature that you could be like. Go live, so I could be like twitch.tv/Halbernacht, and I could say I'm gonna go live for like like an hour and 10 minutes, and yippee, this is like a brand new feature, so I gotta really get used to this. But yeah, that's cool. Doing well, hell yeah, let's go. I'm doing very legit myself. I'm working on this guy. Right now I need to get, he's got like I said, he's got like little bits of like horn that are like poking from the flesh. Like his helmet is becoming flesh. I basically paint like a solid like foot away from my mini at all times just because of the nature of being a VTuber and painting. Which normally isn't a big deal, but goddamn, these little shallow, like, little horn bits are definitely, like, kicking my ass. If you're seeing, like, the mini go away, it's because I need to bring it to my face for that. So we're getting, like I said, we're getting, like, the very, very light horn details. How you doing, Moira? How you doing? I'm working on the big boy. The big lad. Big chunk. One of these days I should actually properly name my guys too. Like I said, I wanted to do like something with lore, and I don't know the best way. Like maybe a lore zine. I've not done anything with them yet. Before Magfest, I bought a bunch of like that like multi-use paper and some India ink if I wanted to do like some like cool like zine stuff. How you doing, Aosh? How you doing? Once again, working on the lad. Lad is doing excellent. Let's just start doing it. Hey lady, build prep stuff. I could start doing that. Oh shit, there's a tube. We got a rogue tube back here that I need to hit up. I think one thing I need to do is I need to take a Night and Rusted. How you doing? Sorry to ollie you out. I think I need to take a I need to get a medium zoom as well. I think I need to take a really quick idle break. So I will BRB. It kind of really is fucking cold. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, I'm back. I have gotten 1 bottle of water and also consumed 1 durian mochi because I picked some up when I was at the Asian Mart, and they're not bad. I don't think durian's gonna be like a flavor I'll go back to for mochi, but it's not bad. It's neat. All right, Yippee. Let's go. People sign out those acrylic nail. Oh god, yeah, I have to imagine. Like every now and then I'll see people that have like those like crazy like inch-long nails, and actually just seeing them like type and stuff seems really tricky. I do say like there's a couple of like VTubers I follow that did have this video of this lady with like gigantic acrylic nails who would use like she used like one Red Bull to open another. I'm like, damn, that is an advanced like long nail technique. Where it's like she clearly has like done this a lot. She did not give a fuck. Just like, yeah, how's it going? And just was like making a gigantic mixed drink. Let's do a little bit of red highlighting with gory red. X is repellent for me. Oh, really? It's like, I don't know. It's still good. It's like one of those things that like I forgot if I've ever like I don't think I've ever had like durian the fruit. So like I was like, you know, have I eaten anything durian flavored? So I decided to get some, you know. Oh, it's just hard to put them on. Oh, my bad. I could also see that. Yeah, because you probably have to get them at like just like the right angle and everything, or else you're just kind of fucked. Well, I wish you the best of luck on those, because that sounds very tricky. Sounds very tricky. It would be like the small brush I wanted. Need it. Once again, I need to remember to get like. I'm continuously find myself trying to relearn this lesson that I was taught recently about trying to put like like I don't even put like a crazy amount of paint on my brush, but it's really just about like just like really get barely any on the brush. Gotta get this kind of like, this is gonna be kind of splotchy, but that's also kind of like the vibe I'm going for. Very just kind of like just kind of building up some color. Just are falling apart. They're fine. I just know that I need to. They're due for the regular like deep cling bath. Oh yeah, sorry. The Werewolf TRPG is pretty legit. It's like I've not played it myself, but I've heard it's pretty neat. I also just kind of enjoy that era where it's just like the '90s one, where it's like just like straight up like a Captain Planet villain was like the bad guy, but it was like, you know, it's because like that was always just kind of a big thing to like 90s, I don't even say like hipsters, but there was like a kind of like 90s, like really like artsy person. They're like really, really big on like poetry, the environment, and they'd wear a beret and stuff like that. Like that kind of archetype person still sort of exists at like a lot of those principles still exist, but it's like there was a very specific time when they were embodied in like kind of like a joke character. We'd be like, haha, look at this, look at this. Usually it was like a female character. It's like, ha, look at this stuck-up bitch caring about the environment. Yeah, kind of like an eco beatnik. Yeah, it was like just like stuff like Doug's sister and like a bunch of other stuff. How you doing, Isidore? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernut, the Mimic Elf, masturbating VTuber of the Nerd Golden Scale variety. What you working about, nerds? We're talking about Doug's sister. You know, as one does. So this is currently my Saturnine Praetor. He is still very work in progress, but for context of what he's going to look like. Hands eventually get up. There's one very specific way his axe fits. His double-handed weapon is going to be gigantic as shit. But I mean, there's no way to make this weapon not gigantic as shit. Yeah, Dia, tell us about your favorite 90s eco beatnik. That's just the fun thing to ask people about. But it's like it's never like this like the environment got better. It's just that kind of like stereotype just kind of like, I don't know. Not a lot of favorite? I don't know why that kind of stereotype person. I guess it just wasn't cool after a certain bit. I'm sure some people did it because they cared, and other people did it just to be like trendy and to fuck like arty girls in college. Like I'm sure that was a thing, you know? Yeah, but what are you working on? What are you working on, nerd? I'm having a good old time with a son of Lorgar, because that's really just kind of what I like these days. I like my word bears, but those are like, oh, those are okay. Those are a couple little coins I need. I could probably zoom. There we go. Even the angling's gonna be a little tricky on it, but not terrible. Get some like little red highlights and stuff like that. Just like kind of like really light stipple. Getting around there. Oh shit! Let's fucking go. What faction? I am currently playing Sultanate in my local group's campaign, and it's been pretty fun. I've only got a. Oh yeah, he's done. New Antioch. Hey, let's go. Yeah, I had a big thing today where I got a bunch of my. Really, a lot of this weekend was like a lot of times I have plans on weekends where I was like I need to finish a bunch of minis so I could just like make like make like rotator stuff for them. I think weirdly enough the fucking Pippa video of all things just really kind of lit a fire on my ass. Like I gotta get like, you know, I'm not doing like clip kind of shorts, but every time I do like miniature shorts, it's always been good for me to do. I haven't done it in a while, so like, I gotta finish some shit. I gotta finish some shit so I can get that like process going again. I was like, oh, there we go, neat. Don't want to see? Yes, I do. Yeah, you can post them into Discord. We have several channels for that various stuffs. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, what else has been neat? What has been neat? Really, the only World of Darkness games I have experience with, though, myself are Vampire and, I was originally going to run a Changeling campaign, but just due to, like, player stuff. It only really became a one-shot about dealing with one of the player's fetches. That was still really fun, though. Changeling, even now, I think, still gets slept on in terms of, like, World of Darkness stuff. Where's this panel? Like, lighter red, weird. I keep like getting little areas where I can get like a little bit of slightly brighter color. This will eventually be dulled down to once I start doing the inevitable enamel wash, which I don't think is going to be a today thing like at all. How you doing, Moral Sherwood? Hey, thank you. Yeah, it's I guess like as far as like my actual like Heresy army build as very a fluid thing. The problem is that like I keep making special characters. I really just need to sit down and just do like all of my like tac marines and stuff. That's the hard part, is just crunching through like a bunch of tac marines. And I got more tac marines though, because I was given a bunch of like old, like I went to a bit swap meet and it was just given a bunch of old Heresy dudes. Not like a bunch of like the old Mark IIIs, like the Mark IIIs from like earlier on in Heresy. I think like Heresy 1. Where it's like, here we go. Yeah, I have a bunch of the Mark III from the new set as well. But yeah, like, I got guys like this, which is like, okay, Son of Horus shoulder pad, definitely want to keep that. Son of Horus head, yeah. Oh, this guy's appropriate. He's actually got like a Mark IV body. This is the bad example. I got like, oh shit. How you doing, Hackathon? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernut the Mimico, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skate variety. How you doing? God, a lot of you nerds are stopping by tonight. Howdy. What are you working on? I've been working on this lad. This is my Saturnine, Praetor word bearer lad. But yeah, I was like, it's like this guy. There we go. Fred is joined. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. It's like this guy where it's like that's a Mark 7 body. And I guess I could do that thing. It's like there's kind of that inherent cope of like, oh, you could do Mark 7 Heresy if you do it like Siege of Terra, but like that's mostly Imperial Fists. So a lot of these guys I might like just chop off the heads, and the packs are good. I could probably remove the insignia and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm actually thinking, funnily enough, I do word bearers, but I want to keep some of them as like a 20-man brick of Sons of Horus. Like I picked up, I was at the shop because I got a like Pro Acro at the shop now. I was like, ooh, this green oxide is like fucking perfect for them. And I would just like to get them, and then like, so here's another thing I'm thinking. So this guy, this is the squat fucking Centaurian from back in the day for the Mark IV, right? And I was like, okay. This guy was originally going to be a word bearer guy, but I'm like, wait a minute. He's already kind of weird and stumpy compared to like my newer guys. But if I remove the head and like gave him one of the newer, like, you know, Sons of Horus heads and like strip the paint, like he could keep the flesh power fist. That's fine. I could just like have him lead the rest of those dudes, you know? Just cling some stuff. Hey, no, it's all good. It is all good. No fret. So yeah, I figure like Are they going to be shorter than the rest of my army? Yeah. Do I care? Yeah, not really. It's fine. It's that kind of thing where it's like older models are cool and I'm willing to deal with their just kind of like inherent quirks because of that, you know? Ooh, Conquest shit. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Conquest is forever a game. I'm like, Spires? I haven't quite gotten there yet. I feel like someday. Someday eventually the Spires will get to me. I know deep in my heart. Till then, I have like a million word bearers to get to though, so it's not like it's like my 3D printer is still out of commission, just so it's interesting now because like I got the screen replaced. I need to do some configuring, but it's actually so cold in my house. I don't want to attempt any 3D prints because I know they'll fail, you know? Oh shit, are you an Aussie? I guess, or like, you know, somewhere in the Southern Hemisphere, because I know a lot of Australian friends of mine. They're like, they're dying of heat. Meanwhile, I'm in the part of the U.S. that's actively getting hit by like a really, really big like winter storm. It's just funny how the Earth is, you know. But yeah, I got a decent amount of Heresy stuff that I need to like I said, I need just to get the goons. I just need to get the lads into a shape that I like, into a force that I can actually use. And then from there, I can decide like really what I want to do. Yeah, and it's like the nice thing is like at least right now I'm not like hard up on minis right this second, so it's not going to be like the worst. Eventually, I'm going to hit the point that I really want to print some stuff out for projects for like videos. But in the grand scheme of things, I got plenty of other stuff I could do before I reach that point. I just got like one little bit of trim. This side thing. Nope. I do that. Did I put my dark aluminium? Smells like, hey, let's go. I mean, that's fair. I do like. I think G-Dub's models are neat, but like for in terms of just like pure gameplay, I definitely like. I enjoy playing 3rd edition 40k because it's like really that's entirely off the back of the 3rd edition Chaos Codex. The 3.5 Chaos Space Marine Codex is just like chef's kiss. Everything I love in a codex just to like in terms of like lore and customization and stuff like that. It's really neat. I love that shit. But like I mostly play Turnip 28 and Trench Crusade because it's like those games are the fun ones to me. But yeah. But no, that's fair. Yeah, it's hard. Like once you get into one game and you're like really getting into it, and it's so kind of new, it's hard to pivot. So I don't blame you. It's all good. Trench Crusade is good fun though. If you know, I'm not biased. I just happen to play it a lot and paint it a lot. No, Changeling legitimately is a really cool RPG. It's super duper neat. Really, I just love the premise of it, where it's just like, yeah, you get kidnapped by the Fae, you get tortured and like mutated in their realm for like untold amount of years, and you're like, oh god, it's been like 5 years of this, but I escaped, I'm free, and then the process of escape causes you to like you know, you begin to look like more like a Fae creature, and then you go back to your house, and then you find out that like when you get kidnapped in that game. You get replaced by a creature called a fetch. And a fetch is basically like a little dirt version of you. And it's like made of your shadow and some like dirt and whatnot and some sticks and whatnot. It's like kind of like a totem effigy thing. But the fucked up bit is it looks exactly like you and acts exactly like you. And that's bad enough, but when you escape captivity and Changeling, you don't look like you anymore. Like... So like if you go like if you have like a wife and kids and you go back and you're like, honey, I escaped. It was so fucked up. I got tortured for so long, but I'm back. And how's Jimmy doing? It might legitimately, because of like weird time dilation, it might be a week. They didn't know you were gone, and you look like a crazy monster. So you know they're screaming and you're screaming and no one's having a good time. Such a neat setting. I enjoy it here. A little bit of glittering loot, which I think I used was like 2 little circles on there. Now, really, this like I love the 3 because like So like a lot of people I heard for so long was like the 3.5 Chaos Codex is the real shit. And I was like, okay. And I went to like my local like used bookstore and they just happened to have it one day. So I was like, oh cool, neat. Little bit of luck. And I picked it up and it's just so fun to read. Cause like it's like so this is a kind of codex that will never get released by Games Workshop because it's antithetical to their way of selling models. Like so like let's say you want to take like let's say like Death Shroud Terminators, you know, they're Death Shroud Terminators. Like, okay, why would it take to rebuild those in the system? It's like, oh yeah, you would just take like a Terminator chosen and then give them scythes, and then maybe it's like you have less like this is a unique bespoke ability for this model, which is how they sell individual models, and more like, yeah, you can pretty much just like rearrange these pieces into whatever you want, and it's really cool. But like, you know, that doesn't sell models. Like you can't release a new model with big dick rules if like technically you gave somebody like an entire toolbox for making their own cool shit. So that's just kind of why that doesn't really work anymore for G-dubs. So I have no like I technically own one of the older copies of Mummy because like I've become the guy locally that if somebody's like, man, I'm not really into this hobby anymore. Hey, Hal, do you want my stuff? I'm like, I'm like a little raccoon. I'm just like, ooh, give me your trinkets and I'll put it in my little hideaway place. And I got gifted. It was like Vampire. I think 1 volume of Mummy. The big one. I got a bunch of like Old World of Darkness Demon the Forsaken, which is like one that I'm not super aware of the mechanics behind, really. Like, I know that there's like a thing where it's like, I don't think demons in World of Darkness are necessarily evil. I don't think. Oh, how you doing, Prim? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How you doing, Birdmalls? How you doing, Varag? Welcome. If you do not know me, everyone, I'm Halbernut, the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle's game variety. Also, everybody really likes me today. I don't think I've gotten this many raids in a hot minute. It's been a lot, but fuck yeah, let's go. How was your what retro game were you playing? Have the right to lift the bear arms. Hell yeah, brother. Ooh. Let me zoom out so you can see the gun show. Yeah. Much of Magic Dance do you know? Sorry, I just started thinking about the fucking Offspring song, like dance, fucker, dance, like not probably not what you're thinking of, but yeah. So today I'm working on this lad. He is my Saturnine Praetor. He is big chunk, as one does. The Labyrinth. It's been a while since I've watched a Labyrinth, so I'm gonna be a poor representation of what goes on in that. Yeah, there we go. It's really any Offspring lyric is a basically if you're in like me and Prim's age group, it basically causes like sleeper cell things to activate and we have to do the rest. Wait, are you guys aware? Hold on. I don't know if I should play this for like the last. Are you guys aware of the there is a album that was released by a bunch of Japanese seiyus in like the 2000s that was just them doing like American punk covers. There is the voice actress for, I believe, Ilya singing Pretty Fly for a White Guy. And it is like, mwah, chef's kiss. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Here we go. It's so good. Fuck off. Well, don't say here we go. It's one of the best albums of all time because it's insane. Every part of that album is nuts. You know, we've been you know, here we go. Hold on. I'll keep the Katamari on. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let me get at least a Pretty Fly for the White Guy version. I'll play this next, and then we'll go back to Katamari. This will be fun. It's such an insane album. It's so good. Oh god, yeah. My car is buried. I don't know when that shit's coming out. At some point, that's Future Hell's problem. I wasn't lying. It's real. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. Go back in. Yeah, we got a shitload of snow. Little bits. You're right, Horizons, you're welcome. Oh god, yeah, because yeah, Canada, you guys got hit by the tit storm, right? the one that just looked like a pair of boobs descending from the north. We're highlights are building up. Yippee, let's go. Nah, you have to. You legally have to. It's I think that's how that works. Let's continue to get some red highlights on some bits. I know, right? So good. I'm sorry, YouTube people. I can't play YouTube songs, but just hold on. I'm looking up the song so that I can link it to the YouTube people for later, because you got to experience it. There you go. Here's pure art for anyone who needs this later. Oh yeah, we have not had snow like this in a hot minute. Shit, I gotta get that. Oh fuck, there's back of the leg trim. No! I thought I was free of trim. All right, now we're back to the regular scheduled Conor Murray music. But yeah, no, you've all been, your horizons have been broadened. You're welcome. There we go. Back to some cozy Conor Murray music. Conor Murray is just like one of those nice series. It's like it's a good sample. Yeah, it's so good. There's also like they do like Blitzkrieg Bop and Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's just like got so like it's. I'm very bad at recognizing Seiyu from that era, though. Unfortunately, like my Seiyu knowledge is very limited. Like Miyuki Sawashiro for a while was like my favorite Seiyu, but like I didn't really look into him a huge amount beyond that. She's just so. I think she still gets work these days, which is nice because she does like Chef's Kiss A+ Tomboys. This one does. Oh, thank you, Vtuber. Yeah, it's a technique that I really like using. So oh fuck, I was gonna get the trim. I think I basically am overusing it, but that's fine. You know, ain't what you like at the end of the day. Is that still wet? Could do a little drop. I glued this guy to the base for like stability and for something to grip onto, but I'm also seeing that like there's a tiny bit of trim in the back that's gonna make me big sad. I can feel it. I can feel the big sad come. Oh, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like, I mean, I do paint default minis from time to time. It's not like I like fully hate everything about default minis, but like the idea of just doing nothing but defaults just drives me fucking nuts. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. And what do? I paint rats, which no, that's not okay. I did paint. Hold on. I need to defend myself. He's not done yet, but let me take a sip. Stretch. Ah, there we go. I'm working on this guy for Mordheim. He's one of the old like fine cast like plague monks, like plague priests. So he's not anywhere done. He's needs a lot more work, but it's happening. It's happening. Yeah, why not make your minis? See, because like it's like sometimes I feel like really pretentious arty about my minis, and it's like I really like the personal touches or like what separates like my minis from someone else who's doing stuff, and it really is a lot like that. Are they hollow inside? No, so I'm going with I'm going with the idea that like this guy is by for all intents and purposes a Chaos Lord. But the terminology and just general knowledge of chaos like that is just not common at this era in the Heresy. So like he's like he kind of knows that like something's happening to him, and he knows about the warp in like from the Book of Lorgar, but the exact mechanism of what is happening to his body and his armor is not quite there. Like he's not like full demonic or anything like that, but like he's beginning to mutate. His armor has sprouted these, which are not actively like demons or alive, but it's just manifesting the shape of them. It's like I don't want him to quite get that to that point yet. He's still got a bit of chaos innocence. A little bit of trim on there I need to get. Oh shit, yeah, there's the tube. I forgot about tube. I think I can reach in there. Hey, Blink, how you doing? Yeah, doing the tarnished bronze. I'm not going to be doing too much, like, additional, what's it called? I don't think we're going to be doing, like, too much additional, like, rust or whatever, but I think this is good for what I want. Also need to paint that tube. Hey, let's just use a bit of black on there. Let's use a little bit of black on that tube. I just really like how this palette looks too. It's he's more blue than a lot of my word bearers, which I think is just like a nice little contrast. Especially once I start painting the ultramarine like gored out helmets. This is gonna be on his base. I mean on his axe. The axe bit was actually kind of funny because I did a weld. Like you can see here, this part's kind of chunky. You know, I might paint that up like flesh. But specifically what happened is I was trying to do like a demon face weld and it fucked up. Oh no, this is back ahead. So the weld was like around here and it fucked up. Like I ran out of glue. I used this drippy glue. Because that was the only glue I had, and the drippy glue got everywhere. That shit is like basically water. It fucked me up real bad. So like it ruined a bunch of details. So I was like, okay, to improvise, I gave him some like, you know, I put some chain around his weapon to kind of cover up a lot of the defects. And then also added the skulls, like the shattered helmets or whatever. And that was a very like mistakes and miracles kind of deal. I was very happy about that. Yeah. This is the same patina that like happens to statues. Yeah, that does happen a lot. Like there are people that kit bash entirely digitally when they do 3D print stuff. This guy's not a 3D print, but like, you know. And I don't think I'll ever do that because I do actually really like the idea of like doing like using the chemicals and using the different bonding agents and whatnot. Like I kind of like that like organic human factor behind everything, which is really nice. I know I'm an elf, but give me the benefit of the doubt for this, you know, the elven factor. Then we'll go with that. But yeah, legitimately, yeah, you know, maybe that's why G-Dubs put so many skulls is because at some point in the process they fuck up and like a skull will do that, you know. Oh, that's exactly what I do. I print stuff in kit bash normally. I find that way more fun. It's not like if you kit bash that way, you're like bad or stupid or anything. It's just how I like to do things. I like to do it that way. So like it just kind of like flavors my kit bashes. Yeah, exactly. Get little happy accents or even like, it's just fun to do. Like for instance, for people from the raids who have not seen them yet, I have a lighter Jabir that I'm doing for, oh God, it's fun. I knocked over some glue, but it was like dried in a container and like little mixing things. But yeah, like this guy was plastic, aluminum foil to bulk out the chest, and then a lot of sprue goo. The little Sultanate symbols are 3D printed, but like, I'm very happy the way he turned out. I'm gonna paint him to look like very much like just like weird, gross flesh. Go piss, yo. You can just go. You can just piss. You don't need to announce it. I got you. You're fine. Oh God, like I don't mind this is gonna sound weird. I don't mind cutting my fingers in private, but I really don't ever want. That's why I'm very iffy about using a lot of like doing a lot of kit bash stuff on stream, because I'm very paranoid about like accidentally cutting myself and bleeding, and I don't want that. I don't want that. But yeah, sometimes you can mistakes and miracles that, you know. Yeah. Cold porcelain. No. What's so like what is cold porcelain? Like I'm aware of what porcelain is, but I don't know what makes like cold porcelain different from regular porcelain, if that makes any sense. I get like a little I get like little metal coils on the bottom of that thing. Yeah, I don't know much about cold porcelain. I would like to know though. That news. A little bit of red I'm gonna need a touch up, but that's not a big deal. Oh, okay. Then no. Like I'm willing to experiment with new materials, but I have to usually find a need. Like I've been doing like Uhu glue experimentation stuff because there's like a certain look I want out of that. But like otherwise I'm just like, you know. If it doesn't do anything. Like I'm sure cold porcelain molding is cool. I just don't have an immediate use case for it. I do love the baking soda super glue trick. It's so good. That's why I do for like that's what I did for this guy to glue him to his base for sure. There's no fear whatsoever. Oh god, that's what she's so fucking brave. I'm like I don't think Twitch would like, you know, like, hey, stop my stream because I started bleeding on accident. I don't think they would ever do that. But like I also don't want to be the VTuber that bleeds on stream. Like I don't think that's a moniker that anyone would really give me shit for, but like, you know, I would live forever in deep shame, you know? Yeah. Look for the blood drive. Have a panic button. I could. I mean, I do have the foot pedal. So technically, if I wanted to, I could have like... Right now, my foot pedal is only for this. I should add like a panic button to that. That would make more sense, actually. That's a good idea. Shit. Bleeding on stream is bad. No, bleeding. I've read fucking all of My Immortal, and that is some questionable shit. But that's fine. I actually do a lot of games that are like very reading heavy. Like, well, next week I'm going to continue with Anthology The Killer, and that's going to be a lot more reading. Fun. Did I not type on that? Oh, fucking... Oh, there we go. Write this down. Button. There we go. I'm writing that note for me for later. B. Yeah. I don't want to do that. I don't want to bleed on stream. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do that. I know some people probably wouldn't mind though. I've seen some. Usually it's like they're like in terms of just VTubers doing like weird body harm horror shit. Some of the fucking Japanese. There's some Japanese VTubers that are like, oh, they are doing things. They are doing things that I'm just like, oh god, why? Why would you do this to yourself? It's buck wild, you know. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure a lot of people do, but like, you know. I'm sure people do. Oh, I don't even mean like a design thing. I mean like using staples on parts of the body that should not be stapled. Like girl VTubers are built wrong. Built different, built wrong. Both in equal measure, you know? Yep. Oh, indeed, motherfucker. How you doing, Lord of Bones? How you doing? I've been working on the lad, and the lad is turning out pretty good. Yeah, Indeed. But how you doing? Sitting there. I'm sure some of these... This is also like one of those things that I'm sure some of these little changes will get like fixed once I start doing like enamel wash. I don't think he's... I'm debating if I want to enamel wash him before or after with the weapon. built wrong, built stupid. I know that's from like a streamer, and I don't know who, but like a Russian Badger thing. I don't fucking know. I know so little about not VTuber streamers. Ah, fuck, we got the ad break. That's fine. Could use some water. big sippy in me. Also need that is darker red so I can get some. Oh fuck, hold on. This guy's got so many interesting like little folds. I keep losing track of like, oh yeah, there's like a tube entrance over there. I should get that. Big stretch. All right, we're back. Yippee! Let's go. Finish your painting your 2 tonic nights. Oh shit, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. This weekend has been a lot of me finishing painting stuff. Like I finished up my Necropolis 28 warband. I gotta get some of the metal around these bits too. I finished that up. I finished my Grand Bombard, and I finished my Desecrated Saint. So I got some stuff coming up. Yeehaw, let's go. Yeah. I've been. It's weird because like on paper for a while I was like I did fucking nothing this weekend. But I was like, oh yeah, no, I actually had like a very productive weekend, all things considered. I'm weird that like I understand that it's like the people are like how, but the weekend is for resting, and I understand. But the weekend is also like the only time I could use to like further projects and like VTuber betterment things that I want to do. The fact that I actually got some shit done, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. There's like little back turbine things need a bit more metal on them. That boy. Know how far back this goes. It'll be fine. Those are like some little details with this I don't think is going to matter at the very, very end once everything's said and done. But yeah, no, it's like I gotta, like I said, I gotta work on some, I gotta finish some minis, I gotta restructure my house. I'm still perpetually in this state of like reorganizing my house just because I want to like make it like a more optimal place for me to do shit. And a lot of that's just kind of like getting rid of things or realizing I was like, you know, I don't need this backdrop up all the time for like battle reports I'm never going to film. I get a little bit of like the wrong metal on them. I did. Okay, I wiped it off. It'll be fine. All over there. Great place to get it. But yeah, so yeah, no, good weekend. Good weekend. Still lots of things I want to do, but that's fine. That's fine. It's always going to be like that. It's always going to be like that, and that's fine. I'm like weirdly coming to terms with my abilities of what I can do as a person, and I think I'm doing better. But you know, sometimes wasting time on phone does win over like, you know, furthering my dreams, and I hate how that happens, but like, you know, I'm getting better at it. Redeem. I mean, I kind of forget about the high redeem. It's basically like kind of in that same ballpark of like, I put it in there for that and for like people who like to lurk, you know, some people like that. They want to, because like there's different, I just find it interesting to different types of viewer. There's some that like, I do not want to be perceived. And there's others that are like, oh, hey, how's it going? I'm here to chat. And I try to leave little tools for both. It's not like perfect by any means, but I think I got a good balance. It's like, there we go. It's like, do you want to say howdy, but are like too shy to type anything up? You can say hi with a button. Such is the power of the future. Perceived idiot. No, the thing is, like, listen, look, I think lurking is important. There's a reason, like, I don't actively like check my viewers when I'm live. Someone could totally be lurking and like they're shy or like they don't want they don't want other people to know that like they're watching or whatever. Everyone's got their own reasons for lurking. Maybe they are, and like you know. Sometimes I work on minis when I'm watching a VTuber, and like it's like I could say hi, but also like I'm gonna be like non-verbal because I'm just gonna be painting shit, and my hands are gonna be too busy. And I think there's like fair compromises, you know, or true, or maybe they are just listening. Maybe they're driving, and they you know they can't chat. They just want to hear. I will say it's interesting. Sometimes I do think VTubing can work as like a podcast format if you just take a stream and listen to the audio. Like I've done that before a couple times. They're just like, oh yeah, no, this is a cool stream, but I think I can get away with listening to it, even if it's just like you hear like the Bing Bing Wahoo or whatever game is playing, you know. Assuming it even is a game. It's funny because like I do see a lot of VTubers that are like, you know, they've really leaned into like, yeah, I do the yaps, but others like are really good yappers, but they're like embarrassed or nervous about it. They're like they don't feel that like they can just do that. I'm like, my guy. I always love talking to a lot of VTubers about like some of the podcasts I listen to too, where it's like the level of professionalism is actually like way lower than VTubers. Like, I really like one called Hive Scum, which is just a bunch of people in New England who talk about, like, grimdark mini painting and stuff. And I just kind of, like, I mean, they're very charismatic and they're really involved in that community, so they have, like, a lot of insight and they run events and stuff. But also, they are just, like, they're very funny because they're objectively, like, maybe saying objectively bad is strong, but hear me out. They do things you're, like, not supposed to do. Like, I've never heard a podcast where people eat as much as that podcast. And like sometimes like there'll be like, you know, a comedy podcast where someone will like eat something as like a joke. These motherfuckers are like actively talking about how much like Coke Zero they're drinking and just like eating chips while they talk. But it's like I'm still invested because of like their personalities are neat and they're talking about cool stuff. It's just very funny how that works out. I feel like some people I know who are like legitimately good, like better at talking than they are, would explode if they heard that. If they heard that that's like a thing that some people do. So like, I'm doing medals for like the various like, I did some like silver medals for trim. I'm doing some regular metal for like the back and stuff like that. Realistically, what I'm probably going to do is do some, I'm probably going to use, oh yeah, I'm gonna do the enamel wash, and then probably I'll rebuild up some of the medals with some like highlight stuff. Hey, dude, Lumino, how you doing? How you doing? I'm working on my Saturnine Praetor. He's his head needs a lot of work. His head is like the goofy weak spot, but I think I really do need to get up in there for that. Like a couple of bits of red I can do in the. So I'm gonna keep doing that because I keep adding trim, but it's like you need to get like really in there. Also, gonna hydrate. Ah, there we go. So yeah, I'll probably touch up with some other metals. Oh, got a big old. Speaking about metals, got a big old bunch on the back of the head. That's the stuff I always fear about. That I miss a little area. Just like so, I do a thing. I do a thing a lot where it's like I'll you know. Doing this at this stage is a bit unusual. Usually I'd wait more towards the end, but I just kind of want to see how it would look and if I need to like tweak away from that. There are some people that are just like, oh yeah, here's a detail I'm going to do. I'm going to do like just a shoulder pad. It's going to look really, really good. And then they're going to move on to something else. And like those people are the bravest fuckers because I would just accidentally cover that in paint from another step and just like freak out. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the lad. I am also enjoying the fuck out of this lad. It's a very good lad. He only speaks the book of the truth of Lorgar. And that's the truthest truth that's ever lived. Oh yeah, bronze and copper. I tend to use those for my death guard a bit more, but those are both good choices for sure. Again, I'm sure some of these details will be fixed later when I do some other stuff. When I do some various, like once I do the enamel wash, also good. No, oh yeah, I guess I need to do like a couple little highlights for the cloth. I was originally, because like typically I do skin cloth where it's like I just make like flayed skin. And it's like, you know what? No, not for this guy. Not that it would look bad or out of place or anything. But like I said, I'm really leaning to that. Like this guy is fallen to chaos, but he's still not really fully extent of like how bad he is. Not in terms of being moral, but it's in terms of just like, oh no, you're just like, you're just lost in the sauce, my guy. Like you're in deep. Getting like a slightly lighter gray on some of the bits. Too crazy. Another one. This is another one I'll probably eventually go back and just like do some more touch-up stuff. Jesus Island? Not dead. How you doing, 104? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am working on my Saturnine Praetor, and he turned out really fun. I'm very happy about him. I'm very, very happy about the lad. What I might do is... Oh shit, you're right. Fuck, I didn't think about that. Kind of my musicians just kind of do so much that like I didn't even question. I did not even question that the song was called Jesus Island. I was like, yeah. You know, it's Katamari. They make music. I love the Katamari music so much. It's so good. It's hard to find a franchise with just like such like overall just like sublime just OSTs. It's like almost universally. Like I'm not that like every Katamari song is like the best song ever, but I think in terms of just like sheer volume of hits to misses, I think Katamari is easily like one of the best franchises of all time for that. You know? Just found that thing just been like, what? Huh. That's kind of surprising, actually. I guess it's probably some way to like remove, like to like mitigate spam accounts, but that's still strange. There's gotta be some cheap game you can get, like Shower with Your Dad Sim or whatever. Is that game still on Steam? I remember Shower with Your Dad Simulator was like a prank game to give away ages ago. I cannot imagine it. I can't imagine that stayed around for too long. I would not be, Fried Water would not make me blink. I would not blink if that was a Katamari song. I'd be, hey, that makes sense. It's going to be the best song you've ever heard, and it's definitely going to be from like a Katamari like mobile game. Oh yeah, Bad Rats, which I've played on stream before. It's not. I'm not going to say Bad Rats is a good game. I don't think I can objectively say it's a good game. It's less terrible than I expected. It does have a lot of like, oh my god, was it fucking like 2000s era like terrorism stereotypes though? So like, you know, your mileage may vary on that. I'm very lenient on things that are like, oh, you know, this is just kind of what they did back in the day. Some people aren't, so that's valid. That's fair. I just see that. I'm like, oh shit. It caught me off guard. To date, like most racist game I've played on stream is still Clay Fighters 63.5. Because here's the thing. I remember renting Clay Fighters when I was a kid and enjoying it. And I booted it up. I'm like, this is like not even like cheeky, like you didn't know better 90s stuff. This is like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? It was buck wild, the racism in Clay Fighters. I was like, man, my parents just let me rent. I guess they didn't pay attention. They're just like, oh, here you go. And at the time I was like, I don't know better. Yay, fighting game. And then I played it. It wasn't even yay fighting game. It was more like yay game. I think I just liked the idea that they were made of clay. I was like, clay's cool. There we go. Yeah. The Clay Fighters was significantly worse than Bad Rats. The thing is, I think there's like a couple Clay Fighter games. I guess they must have sold decently well. Yeah. I still need to do a lot more work on this guy. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the weapon. Let's figure out what I want to do with weapon. I think one thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do metal entirely for the head of the hammer. Get that out of the way. Clay Fighters is a fun game. See, when I was playing it though, I was like, God, this is like fucking awful. I do remember Primal Rage though. That was pretty legit. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of like N64 was such a weird console to grow up with because like I feel like the bad games on the N64 were so much worse than the bad games on the PlayStation, but I guess I've not really delved into the Kusoge library of the PS1 quite a bit. Good game recommendation for gaming streams. What? I will make zero promises, but you're allowed to say what you're thinking for a recommendation, yo. Dropping this. There we go. I know right now my plan is Anthology to Killer, and then I want to do all the Half-Life games. Well, the ones that aren't Alex, just because I don't have a VR headset. And I'm sure you can play. I've heard you can play Alex without the VR headset, but it's like no, it's like not the point. Like I feel like the experience would be very watered down if I didn't have a headset for Alex. Like if I go like raw metal to like roughly. Okay. Sounds vaguely familiar. Once again, no guarantees, but I got that pulled up to take a look into. So I think realistically though, if I'm doing a Double Fine game, I've not played Psychonauts, weirdly enough. Psychonauts has been one of those forever, like one of these days I'll play Psychonauts, and then he in fact did not play Psychonauts. Like I think I definitely owned the first one. I don't know if 2 is going to be big on my list, but definitely 1 at the very least. I'm fairly certain I picked that game up like a million years ago for like $5. Other stuff and stuff like that. That'd be fine. But yeah, that's somewhere on the list. I don't know, but yeah, I'm assuming legitimately all the Half-Life games are going to take me from like, you know, I'm assuming Anthology the Killer I think has like one more play in it, like one more stream. That's fine. I feel like that's not like overstating its welcome or everything. It's exactly as long as that game is meant to be. And then realistically, I might need to pick up a backup game for like one. I don't know how long Anthology the Killer will be next week, but I'm just kind of assuming I'm either going to play it to completion or like if it ends stupid early, I'll just have this dumb backup game. Like, I think it's like something stupid, like just like something short and goofy. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, exactly. I think like between that and like the Jack King Spooner games, I basically gotten like two streams, and I think that was a good length. I was like, I'm not tired of this. It did exactly what it wanted to do. It left an impression on me, and then now I will continue to live my life. And also, to be fair, the Calamities does have a shitload of other games. I forgot that they're like one of those people that like make games actively for fun, which sounds stupid, but I mean like there's a, you know, like entering like game jams and stuff, which I've entered one game jam out there like ages ago. It was one of the Ludum Dares. That was fun. I made a dating sim about dwarves, which is really funny in hindsight. It's pretty legit. Yeah, Abide looks really, really cool. Spoilers, I will play Abide when it's released. I absolutely will. Because I love Jack King Spooner's work. He does a good, for context, Jack King Spooner's the guy that like every now and then I'll play like a weird kind of like claymation-y game. That's from him. It's like basically now, to be fair, now it's not just him, it's also like another, like Tana, I think. It's like a 2-person team now instead of just like Jack by himself. And they do these like really personal, artsy kind of like claymation games. I really, really like that. The Catamites? Okay, why did I think it's the Calamities? I don't know. The Catamites, then. Sure. That's fair. That's valid. I just mispronounced it. I'm just totally... Not even mispronounced, really. I just totally misremembered. I assumed there was extra L's in there. Catamites. There we go. Also, if you're wondering why I painted this axe white, it's because eventually this is going to be glowing. This is eventually just going to be glowing material, though right now it's going on pretty thin. Like I said, my power weapons, I cheat. My power weapons are not, like... true traditionally painted power weapons. I always do the what's it called? I always do the like glowy weapons just because I think it looks cooler, even if it's not like lore accurate. That's always a thing too for me too. I will skip lore accuracy for coolness every time, but with a minor exception for Horus Heresy, which is mostly just like, you know, I think the coolness of Heresy is kind of sticking as much as you can to like the what's it called? The what's it called? Like the aesthetic of the setting. I don't think it's a dyslexia thing. I just think you know, not even think, I know, I just have bad memory. I just misremember it as the Calamities because it's a word that makes sense, you know. I can read pretty well. I just very forgetful. Trippy are you? Not trippy at all. Yippee. No. From what you're saying, like actual true dyslexia is just fucking rough. Really fucking brutal. I'm glad I don't got it. As somebody who reads a lot, I'm genuinely thankful I don't have a like actual dyslexia. Yeah, I was a little sad that I was debating making the fucking waist cloth something different, and I just decided to go for a regular cloth as like a change of pace. But otherwise, yeah, that would have been nice. Getting a little. Definitely need to touch this up a bit later, but that's fine. Do I also want to get the other side? Actually, yeah, I think getting like this little bit to glow as well, just like a nice little like energy spot. I know there's like the little charge port things in the back, but like a charge port, the fucking power generator, the field generators. There we go. But yeah, I think like the default that has just like a little dinky crackle lightning isn't bad. Because I just kind of like it this other way. Paint bronze discs. I could. That's something I got. I specifically got this ages ago, knowing that I would do Ultramarines. The whole Ultramarine by from Proacral. I've not opened this one yet. Shit, fuck yeah, let's go. Oh no. The lid did not properly remove. Fuck. Okay. Well, I mean, like the lid, so there's like that protective. Oh god, like the protective, like fabric, not fabric, like plastic layer. Oh god, it's shredding into pieces. Curse you, Ultramar! All right. There we go. You have the faded Ultramarine. What do you mean the faded Ultra? This is just regular Ultramarine from Proacral. Unless you're referring to something else that I'm just totally blanking on, which could also could be feasible. Actually, the funny thing is, I actually don't know if Ultramarines are technically Ultramarine. Like that sounds stupid, you know? Yep. 420 blaze it, and by it I mean haha Calf. How you doing, Soldat? How you doing? There we go. Got these little Ultramarine heads. I'm not going to go like super crazy detail on them, which is why, like, you know, dry brush is fine. They are rusted out ornaments that I wanted. I eventually will do like gore effects on like the back where they are like shine through. Experiments. Present day, present time. There we go. I'm due for a Lane rewatch. It's been a while. I want to rewatch Lane, but there's like a billion other anime that I need to actually like watch for the first time first. So I've been holding off on it. Like Free Run's getting season 2 now, and I've not even seen season 1, even though I know I'll like it. People have always been like, "Hal, you'll like Free Run." I'm like, "You're correct. I just haven't got around to it yet." My life is spent saying that I'll watch anime, that I'll get around to some like. This is gonna throw in my otaku street cred. I have not finished Haruhi. I watched Haruhi when it was airing back in the day, but like very sporadically, and I just never finished it. And I was always just kind of like, you know, I'll get around to finishing Haruhi one day. I haven't. And I need to. I was there for Haruhi and I didn't finish it. No, I didn't do it in Endless 8 either, and I'm going to. I figured that like whenever I get around to it, I'm gonna watch it in broadcast order. I'm gonna do it in broadcast order, and I'm gonna watch all of Endless 8 because Mama didn't raise no bitch. But like, I still need to do that though. That's the thing. I still have to make that real. And there's a lot of fucking there's a lot of like pillars of otaku culture that I've been putting off forever. Like I still need to read Sai no Uta. I still need to play Fate Stay Night. I did watch Lucky Star back in the day, so yippee, but it's not like, you know, I like Lucky Star, but like that's one of those like things that's like a pillar that has fallen off. Like, you know, people I still like Lucky Star, people remember it fondly, but like Haruhi definitely has more like kind of like, you know, influence for sure. So how you doing, Majide? How you doing? Ooh, well, let's go. Things have been going pretty good. I've been working on my Saturnine Praetor. I'm currently painting up his axe and shit because I need to. I need to get some white on there. I'm getting on the like, copper bullshit. I'll be fine. Yippee. So yeah, here, let me show you properly the lad that I'm working on. It's him, big boy. Very happy. Big boy's turning out. Yeah, eventually, like I said, eventually the hand will fit into here. And I might eventually glue them when I start doing like the enamel wash stage, but till then I really need to keep these separate. Because they're good. Like once that goes on, that basically blocks off like an entire section of this fucker. It'll cover up so much space that I will never be free. I guess so. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's tricky because it's one of those things where it's like I put it off forever in my brain because, like, you know, I got time to do that later. And like objectively I do. Like in reality, if I finally get around to reading Fate Stay Night and it's like 2040, like like in the grand scheme of things, will it matter? No. Like, I would kind of like to experience it before then. I kind of like to experience it before then. Get some of the classics read, Maybe. I actually did like read out not read out. I think I was like I had Sayano Uda up in a Discord call once. I do remember that. No, it's just bad. It's just bad. It's a continuation of me working out like quirks with my brain that I have been sitting on for a while. I do legitimately think that like I do want to go to that ADHD doctor. Right now the thing that I'm waiting on is twofold. Like I have the second half of my new model art I need to pay off whenever Nazumama's good with that. No, you're fine. You're fine, Burmals. You're fine. And I also need to get my taxes paid off. I know objectively that taxes are going to explode a lot of shit. Taxes are going to explode a lot of shit. But yeah, I think legitimately that's just going to be... I think dealing with that is going to be a big hurdle for a lot of things. But I also need to... I got to pay the tax man his due before I even think about spending money elsewhere. Because... Twitch taxes fuck my shit up real bad. They're not like, I'm not like making like crazy money, so they're not like there's some people that just like straight up just like crazy embezzle. Like it's not quite like that, the taxman gets his money, and it's not, but it is definitely like I can't really do anything fun. I can't really do anything fun this month because because I gotta do that. Yeah. The Twitch debuff for taxes is real. It is real and true. I think the worst part for me is it's basically sitting down for an entire weekend for like basically saying that like, yep, I'm gonna be out like $200 plus dollars. Actually, probably closer to 300, I think. Based on last time, yeah, I think closer to 300 is a bit more accurate for the my post tax fees. We'll see how that goes though. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, big sword by the government. Yeah. You're not wrong. I'm not a fan of taxes, but I also like being free and like having, like being able to exist in society. I do not want to fuck with the IRS. I really don't. Some people will just like casually just not pay taxes, and I'm just like, I really don't want the IRS coming after my shit. As though, I do everything on the level, and it's fine. It's been good. As one does. No, I just like I'm not jazzed about paying taxes, but I understand that they're like, we got like in a good world where my taxes are going to like, like filling potholes and like giving children education. I'm okay with that. I'm not jazzed about taxes going to like take over Greenland though. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't need Greenland pissed at my lifestyle, even if I didn't do anything about it. Right. Thinking about not doing anything, I need to not paint anymore because it is time to get out for the night. So go to the chatting screen. Positive music. Go to the chatting screen. Yeah. Let's go there. Let me see. Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. So there we go. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. I had a lot of fun. Schedule-wise, this is basically the schedule for the upcoming week. For movie night, we are going to be watching Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bram Stoker's, god damn it. I keep saying Bram Stoker's because somebody said that and it's just kind of like wormed its way into my brain. So yeah, that's gonna be the movie for tomorrow because once again, movie nights have movie-nighted. On Tuesday, I'll be painting Bram Stoker's Jack. God damn it. On Tuesday, I will be painting. Well, maybe Rat. Maybe Rat. I don't know. I'll be painting something. Thursday, Anthology the Killer, and then Sunday, I will also be painting something. So yeah. And with that, let's see. Everybody on the YouTube side, I'm gonna cut you nerds loose. So take it easy. Bye, YouTube people. Bye bye.